Obviously, contract comes up. The Colts call, Bill Polian calls and says, hey, we want you over here. And the irony of it seemed at that point it was always Patriots and Colts in the AFC Championship game. And we had such a huge respect. I remember Coach Belichick always saying, listen, this is the team that can get you if you're not ready to go. Peyton Manning, Edgerrin James, Marvin, Reggie, Dwight Freeney, all of these superstars over there. And so when Bill Polian called me and offered me a contract, I was like, I don't want to play just for any regular team. If I'm going to leave one organization, it has to be another championship type of organization. So the blessing of my first year with the Colts, I had the privilege of playing with these guys and winning the first Super Bowl of Indianapolis's, history. Wow, that was incredible. And then again, 14 more years in Indy, it blew me away because I was just a kid from South Dakota that wanted to make it to the league, and then the next thing you know, you got a couple contracts, you got a couple of years, and then they just keep stacking, and then I turn around and go, how the heck have I played over 2 decades, right? So, it's been an incredible ride, and got so much of this in my speech here in a couple of days, and I'm going to bawl my eyes out, probably, hopefully not, but it's very awesome.
You mentioned Bill Polian and organizations. He told us that as he was talking to his agent, he kind of thought, well, it might be a little much. So he had to go into the owner, Jim Irsay, and told him, he said, well, what's the number? And Bill told him, and he said, banged the table and said, do it. And so there you go. I mean, we all talk about GMs and personnel and players and all that, but it starts at the top.
Yeah.
And Jim Irsay, signed off.
Well, and Jim's missed every single day. He what an incredible man. He loved his team, loved the city of Indy, and he would do anything to help his team win, right? And I've had a lot of conversations with Carly, his daughter, the new CEO, the new head lady there, right? And we had such great conversations about, my dad felt like you might have been the missing link. So, the fact that I get there the first year and we end up winning it all, that was. I get goosebumps thinking about it now because it just how it all worked out. But great family, great organization, and I'm glad he had that attitude. It worked out pretty good for all of us.
And one of the things Bill Polian said, because first of all, he said he didn't want the Colts to be the stalking horse for the Patriots to help them out. So it was going to have to be signing you, not just helping you get more money from New England, one thing. But the other thing he said was, okay, these are the 3 principles. Offense sells tickets, defense wins games, kickers win championships.
Ooh, I like that. That sounds good.
That's powerful stuff. And I mean, if you could, as you've reflected, the pressure kicking that you've done, and I feel like I was at almost every one of those games, starting with the playoff win against the Raiders. Just the mindset of that, Adam, and how you maintain the cool. I know that's what you're supposed to do, but
right.
How was your process?
Well, I'm gonna step back to what you said before that when Bill Polian was talking about that. That divisional game that we went to Baltimore, and the score ended 15-6, all field goals, the whole game. There was no touchdowns in the entire game, and that was one of those that guys were congratulating. Oh my gosh, you scored every point. We won because of you, whatever, which is not true. I mean, we won because of what everybody did, but that was one of those moments. Like I remember Gary Brackett was one of our linebackers, and he said when I first got there earlier in the season, he's like, man, I hated your guts, but let's see if you really are what it is. And after that game, he put his arm around me. He goes, I get it now. Yeah, I get it. So that was, overwhelmingly like, oh my gosh, this is incredible. So, just to have the trust in people to say, you know what, we brought you in for a reason, and then having multiple opportunities to show those reasons. It's an incredible feeling. But to answer your question now about, what your thoughts are, for me, I always try to downplay the importance of certain kicks, and I always tried to practice more difficult than actual games. If the wind is crappy one day, I'll kick into the wind, making it as hard as possible. If it's a rainy or a snowy day and everybody's going to go inside because the weather's bad, no, I'm going outside to kick, because there may be a time Snowball, tuck rule game. I mean, there's going to be times that you need to be confident in those certain situations. And I just think that your confidence in yourself is probably your greatest weapon. And so for me, I just tried to make everything as difficult as I could in practice, so that way when I got onto the field, I tried to zone out everything around me. Mariano Rivera, favorite baseball player, and I'm a Red Sox fan, so Red Sox Nation, do not kill me on this, but he was just the dude that would walk out there and you knew the game was over because he was just Sandman, right? He was just so unbelievable. So I always tried to go, okay, when I get on the field, doesn't matter what the people are, what the complexity of the game is. It doesn't matter if it's a Super Bowl or whatever. Championships are won on practice fields, not in big stadiums. So in my mind, I always felt like you do the little things day in and day out. So when you get on the field, it's not overwhelming. You just go out there and trust the process and just do what you have to do every time, and hopefully you're successful.
You mentioned the snow as we get to the end of wrapping this up. Is there a day goes by that someone doesn't say anything about the field goals in the snow and against the Raiders? That's
for sure the one that people like to talk the most about, and I'm not going to lie. If I see it on TV, any highlight during Super Bowl week, I cannot stop, or I cannot continue without stopping and watching them. I still can't believe I made that kick. So I've seen it a million times. I'll see it a million more probably, and every time I see it, I'm still amazed that it went through.
Adam, congratulations again, and such a well-deserved honor, and thank you for your time.
I appreciate it. Thank you for having me on.
All right. Coming up next, we're going to take a look at tonight's Hall of Fame game with James Lofton and discuss more of the class of 2026 in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Stick around.
To make exercise a habit, find something you enjoy, like shopping. It counts as a workout when it's Kohl's Active Sale. Get 20% off across the store and 25% off top active brands that'll have you feeling your best. Adding to your cart is pretty much cardio, right? Find out at Kohl's. Select styles. 25% offer ends August 15th. 20% offer ends August 16th. Exclusions apply. See store or kohls.com for details.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-380-5220. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-380-5220. That's 800-380-5220. For $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with, call Big Lou at 800-380-5220 or biglou.com. That's 800-380-5220 or biglou.com.
So when I ask, what is Odoo? What comes to mind? Well, Odoo is a bit of everything. Odoo is a suite of business management software that some people say is like fertilizer because of the way it promotes growth. But, some people also say Odoo is like a magic beanstalk because it grows with your company and is also magically affordable. But then again, you could look at Odoo in terms of how its individual software programs are a lot like building blocks. I mean, whatever your business needs, manufacturing, accounting, HR programs, you can build a custom software suite that's perfect for your company. So what is Odoo? Well, I guess Odoo is a bit of everything. Odoo is fertilizer magic beanstalk building blocks for business. Yeah, that's it. Which means that Odoo is exactly what every business needs. Learn more and sign up now at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
What does it mean to live a rich life? It means brave first leaps, tearful goodbyes,
I love you so much,
and everything in between. With over 100 years' experience navigating the ups and downs of the market and of life, your Edward Jones financial advisor will be there to help you move ahead with confidence. Because with all you've done to find your rich, we'll do all we can to help you keep enjoying it. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Navigating life stages, Caring Transitions offers support for every step of the way. For seniors relocating or downsizing, we offer a compassionate, individualized approach that provides comprehensive solutions. Estate sales, our experts will list your items on our exclusive online platform, CT Bids, preserving memories and keeping your family's best interests at heart. And for those tough cleanouts, we're here to help. Visit caringtransitions.com. Caring Transitions, embracing new beginnings with confidence.
The Seahawks quarterback Sam Darnold.
Throws to the back of the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks!
And you are listening to Sirius XM NFL Radio, Channel 88.
A dominant performance this afternoon.
Hey race fans, this is Carson Osavar. The NASCAR Cup Series is on Sirius XM. We're back on the track Sunday,
2:30 p.m. Eastern.
From Iowa Speedway, it's the Iowa Corn 350, powered by ethanol.
Checker flag, baby. Yeah!
For up-to-date NASCAR news, catch the pre-race show before every Cup Series race.
on Sirius XM NASCAR Radio Channel 90 in the car and on the Sirius XM app.
Getting you ready for tonight's Hall of Fame game and Saturday's enshrinement ceremony. This is the Pro Football Hall of Fame on Sirius XM with Howard Balzer, Vic Carucci, and Hall of Fame executive Bill Polian.
Continuing our coverage from Canton, Ohio, the 2026 Pro Football Hall of Fame inductions, and we are pleased to be joined by Hall of Famer James Lofton, who, besides being a Hall of Famer, and that would already put you here, you're also working while you're here because you're part of
a selector.
And a selector.
Yeah.
On top of that, a very busy guy. But you're going to be on the call for Westwood 1 tonight for tonight's game. I got to start with that, James. First preseason game of the year. What's the prep like when you know there's just a rush of a lot of guys on the field?
And the crazy thing about it is that you get the information from the teams a lot later than you would if you're doing a regular season game.
Right.
And you would, during a regular season game, you would be able to look back on the previous games they played, 3 games or 4 games, and get an analysis of what they're going to come up with. But here, you're down on the field about 30 minutes before the game, talking to assistant coaches that you might know, who's going to play, who should I keep my eye on, who's been hot during training camp. But the great thing about it that you realize for the young men who are going to be on the field tonight, this is a dream come true.
Sure.
And you don't shortchange their chances, their opportunities to live out that dream and to chase going on and to be part of this team, because there are 90 guys on the roster right now. They're going to have about 75 to 80 of those same guys on their roster in some form or fashion, whether they're developmental squad players, whether they're on injured reserve or on an active squad. So these guys are going to be part of the team that is the face of their franchise.
I'll give you one guy real quick to watch on the Cardinals. 7th-round pick this year, Jaden Williams.
You like him?
Right tackle. He's opened some eyes in training camp, so we don't have to go too deep in the weeds on all this.
No, wait a minute. You got to give me some dimensions on what's his arm length. Is he a knee bender? Is he a knee bender? Is he a waist bender? I mean, does he have a good punch? Is he a great drive blocker? What's his deficiency? I mean, I got to know stuff about him.
Well,
so I can talk about it on the radio.
Well, you can find out by watching him. I think he'll be playing a lot. Anyway.
I was at the Panthers practice on Monday.
Oh, so you see, you guys are the know-it-alls right here.
I can give you the scouting report, which isn't much, by the way.
Well, they took a hit. Their guy, Nick
Scourton.
Nick Scourton.
He goes down, and
they've got a lot of people down. Icky Equano, their left tackle, Moulton, their right tackle, and then Leggett, who was fighting for a job, even though he's a second-round pick. He was fighting for a job.
Just got injured a little bit.
He just got injured,
yeah.
So that's going to set them back a lot. But they've got to see a lot of young people play anyway. That's the bottom line.
And all of a sudden, the trainers get in trouble because of all the soft tissue injuries, and people start looking at them and giving them the evil eye, or the strength and conditioning coach. And
Well, you'll get a kick out of this.
Injuries just happen.
They do. And back to your playing days and when we were all together in Buffalo, the Panthers, because they want to play fast and they want to spread the field for Bryce Young, practice fast.
Okay.
They practice at a very fast tempo. Dave Canales told us about that on the show on Monday. And then, I noticed it at practice. It was very noticeable. It was very much like our practices in Buffalo when we first put the no huddle in. And so, you can anticipate some soft tissue injuries because guys are not prepared to play at that rate.
And I think the thing that Marv Levy did that was absolute genius when he decided to go in that direction is he took a 20-minute period where we would run previously 20 to 25 plays. Now you're going to run 25 plays in 8 minutes. And you go, well, what do we do with the rest of the time? Do you tack it on? No. You make sure that you just run those plays, you get it run efficiently, and that your guys are conditioned to take that. So because we would come up, and the great thing about it, if you watch those Buffalo Bills or the early 90s, you watch that game tape, and you watch about the fourth play in a series, the defensive linemen are barely moving. I mean, they're like playing patty cake at the line of scrimmage with the offensive linemen because they're just gassed.
Right.
Yeah.
And so normally, if you would have a 15-play drive where you're huddling up, that's when guys would get tired. But after 4 or 5 plays, those big guys get tired, and you start running them from sideline to sideline with your early calls.
Hall of Famer James Lofton with us here on our SiriusXM coverage from the Pro Football Hall of Fame. James, obviously one of the reasons why, and you'll be on the call tonight for Westwood One with Scott Graham doing the play-by-play, Westwood One Radio right here on Channel 88. One of the reasons why Arizona is in this game and Carolina is in this game is Larry Fitzgerald, of course, from the Cardinals, and Luke Kuechly from the Panthers. But let's start with Fitz because that's your position. Give me your thoughts on one of the all-time greats in Larry Fitzgerald.
Well, I'm coaching with the Chargers when he comes out. So we host him come in and meet him, and I had watched the tapes on him, and I remember telling him, we were talking about this last night, the first tape I saw him, he's going down the outside edge of the numbers, and they're the collegiate numbers, so it's a little bit wider, and the guy's right on his hip. And he goes up to catch the ball, and the guy who's covering him is maybe 5'11" or whatever. His helmet is at Larry's waist. So Larry went up that high, caught the ball, comes down. I go, what else am I supposed to watch? What else do I know about this? And so Larry always needles me because we had the first pick in the draft, and we draft Eli Manning. He said, did you not get up on the table? I got up on the table, and they told me to get out of the room. But obviously, he turned out to be a terrific player. And I remember watching him practice when I was with CBS, and I'd go down and to watch him. And it's late in his career. But every play, there is the ultimate effort at practice. And it's like 95 degrees. It's late in the year where it's cooled off a lot from 115. But Larry is just a worker, and he loved playing the game, and he caught that passion early on when he was growing up in Minnesota when he had access to the Vikings and being out on the field with those guys. So just a terrific player, and just loved watching him play. And Luke Kuechly, what I realized is that his rookie year was my last year calling the preseason games for the Panthers. So, so there's always those little connections, and then you get to watch guys play later on in their careers, and he was just a fantastic player.
Well, back to the San Diego days, the trade that sent Eli Manning to the Giants gave rise to the fact that they used a pick to draft Drew Brees the following year, I believe.
Well, Phillip Rivers.
I'm sorry, Phillip Rivers.
Yeah, we draft Phillip Rivers, and we also get Sean Merriman in that same draft. And out of all those players, Sean Merriman, early in his career, had the biggest impact.
He did.
Because when he did that lights out dance after he'd hit somebody hard, I mean, that turned the stadium on in San Diego.
It would cost them money these days, but you're right.
It would. But, you look at the players coming into the league and the excitement that they generate when they're young players, and then Drew Brees to have the extended career that he had. And I was talking to him last night, and I said, I'd come in early to get on the treadmill to work out before we had our coaches' meetings, and he'd be in there lifting weights. And this is like 6:30 in the morning for a quarterback in there lifting weights and doing things for small muscles. And I said, you always were such a detailed player. And I remember later on after I finished coaching, and he was in New Orleans, he would come back to San Diego during the offseason, and he'd run like a little camp. And so I was coaching the receivers, and I remember coaching Brandon Cooks, who was with him down in New Orleans early in his career. So this is a really good class for me personally, just because of the little connections that you have, because the further you get away from the game, the fewer connections you have. But having these connections with these young men is just something that you could only wish for.
I have to give the Lofton family a plug here.
Please.
Because we're talking about the lineage of who we played with and so forth. Tell us about your son who's making a career for himself as an official.
My oldest son, David, will be in his third year with the Big Ten, but he's also visiting NFL camps this year and working at the camp. So he's at the Cowboy camp the other day, threw a flag on is it George Pickens, a wide receiver?
Yes.
So there was a defensive pass interference. So everybody was cheering that the flag came out and the guy interfered with him. And he's going to spend some days with the Miami Dolphins coming up next week.
That was James Lofton. Of course, he will be on the call with Scotty Graham for tonight's Westwood One coverage right here on Channel 88 of the Pro Football Hall of Fame game between the Arizona Cardinals and Carolina Panthers. And that's going to do it for this edition of Hall of Fame Radio. We'd like to thank our guests, Drew Brees, Luke Kuechly, Andre Johnson, Larry Fitzgerald, Jan Stenerud, Adam Vinatieri, of course, James, Bill Polian with us as well, and our producers, Bill Bologna and Brendan McCaffrey. Got to also mention Nick Pavlatos, along with the Hall of Fame communications staff that's led by Rich DeRochers. Stick around, because coming up next is Westwood One's coverage of the Hall of Fame game between the Cardinals and Panthers. For Howard Balzer, I'm Vic Carucci, and you've been listening to a special edition of Hall of Fame Radio on Sirius XM NFL Radio, Channel 88.
Drop the needle on classic vinyl.
There must be some kind of way out of here.
A channel that takes you on a journey through one of music's most storied eras. And classic rock albums that stay with you. Classic Vinyl Channel 26 and in the Sirius XM app, included with most subscriptions.
The following is a presentation of Westwood One Sports. The Pro Football Hall of Fame, where legends live.
Touchdown, Jimmy Brown. There's no stopping that man.
Touchdown! They did it again! Montana and Rice, they are something to behold. Move over, Sweetness! Make a place for Emmett!
And every summer, a select few are enshrined and immortalized.
Brees takes a snap. Blitz comes. It's picked up. He's flushed. Aiming downfield. He's got it. There it is. 10-5. Touchdown. He's got it done. Devery Henderson makes the catch from Drew Brees. And that is the 48th consecutive game in which Drew Brees has thrown a touchdown. A new NFL standard.
From the 12, first down, intercepted. Luke Kuechly to the 10, to the 5, touchdown. His second interception returned for a touchdown in the postseason. And the Panthers are pouring it on. Carson Palmer, a pick six to Luke Kuechly.
Drops back to throw, looking for Fitz, throws left, it's caught by Larry Fitzgerald. He's tackled at the 22. Fitz takes the ball, throws it towards the Cardinal sideline. He's the youngest in NFL history to 1,000 career catches. Congratulations to Larry Fitzgerald, future Hall of Famer.
The 2026 season kicks off with the Hall of Fame game. Live from Canton, Ohio, here's Scott Graham and Pro Football Hall of Famer James Lofton.
We welcome you to Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium in the birthplace of pro football, Canton, Ohio.
for the 2026 NFL preseason opener as the Arizona Cardinals play the Carolina Panthers in the Hall of Fame game. Tonight's broadcast of the National Football League on Westwood One is sponsored by Grainger, by Wrangler, and by NFL.com. Hi, everybody. I'm Scott Graham, along with Hall of Fame wide receiver James Lofton. We'll also be joined throughout the game tonight by some of the newest members of the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Of course, it's always great to be back in Canton for Hall of Fame weekend, not only because of the enshrinement on Saturday, but because tonight also signals the start of another NFL season. This is the 40th consecutive year you can listen to NFL primetime games and every postseason game right here. From now until Super Bowl 61 in Los Angeles, Westwood One once again brings you all the excitement as the network radio home of the National Football League. As I said, my broadcast partner tonight has been back to every Hall of Fame weekend since he was enshrined 23 years ago. It's been my pleasure to sit next to him for quite a few years now. Wide receiver James Lofton. James, always a pleasure to see you, especially here.
It is so good to see you, and I'm thinking about this game, and it marks the beginning of the season, but it also ushers in a lot of history for the guys who are going into the Pro Football Hall of Fame, and we can't predict what's going to happen with the players on the field tonight or what's going to happen in this season. Well, we know there's going to be another class of Hall of Famers next year, but this year we get to celebrate 5 guys who really earned it.
And you're talking about 5 guys who are just top of the heap. Everybody knew that Drew Brees would be here one day. Everybody knew that Larry Fitzgerald would be here one day, and people assumed that Adam Vinatieri was going to become that third kicker that would make it here someday. They're all here as part of this group.
And the one that really shines brightest to me is Roger Craig. I played for Bill Walsh my senior year at Stanford, and we had that offense that he's running in the NFL, that West Coast offense, which you see samples of still to this day, and Roger Craig was a huge part of all of that.
Luke Kuechly, a part of that as well. We're going to get an opportunity, as we said, to hear from most of the Hall of Famers. And James, we're probably not going to see a lot of starters out on the field tonight, but this is the beginning of 4 games for these teams. A lot of guys with a chance to make a team and something to prove.
And it's funny, when you talk to today's young player, I was talking to a few of them down on the field, they don't realize that you used to come into training camp and practice twice a day in full pads every day, and you used to get tackled every day. And you used to play 4 preseason games, and the starters would play half the game in the very first one, 3 quarters the next one, maybe a full game the third, and then only play a half in the 4th game. And they look at me and they go, "Are you telling me the truth?"
Well, game number 1 for them is coming up. Up next, the 2026 Hall of Fame game. From Westwood One, this is coverage of the National Football League.
The 2026 SiriusXM NFL Radio Training Camp Tour.
Rams head coach Sean McVay. Aaron Donald.
Who's that?
I'm going to ask you a question you've never been asked. It's a big decision, and for both sides.
And if he feels good, then we're going to try to explore every avenue to make that happen. What I want him to know is he does not owe us anything. I know he's preparing and training to give himself a chance to make that decision. You know, something in the near future that I think we should have some clarity on.
Hear all of our team previews from the NFL Radio Training Camp Tour on the SiriusXM app.
Drop the needle on classic vinyl.
There must be some kind of way out of here.
A channel that takes you on a journey through one of music's most storied eras. And classic rock albums that stay with you. Classic Vinyl Channel 26 and in the SiriusXM app, included with most subscriptions.
The first place for baseball talk is the leadoff spot.
This is why I love what we do.
Eduardo Perez.
Because we break down the damn game.
Xavier Scruggs.
If you don't have your best players impacting the game, you don't win a World Series.
Steve Phillips.
When you make a big trade to help the team and then it backfires on you, it's not great.
The leadoff spot.
As a general manager, when that happens, you're like, oh no.
Weekdays at 7 Eastern on MLB Network Radio, Channel 89, and on the SiriusXM app.
Talking to the stars of the NFL on the 2026 Training Camp Tour.
LA Charger quarterback Justin Herbert, year 3 with Coach Harbaugh. I can't imagine that he doesn't get you fired up still to this day.
He's the best. Yeah. He loves football. He loves this team, and he would do anything to win. And to have a guy like that cares so much about this team, his players, everything he does, it's about winning, and it's about how can I be the best coach for these guys. And it just makes you want to play harder for him and respects him even more.
SiriusXM NFL Radio Channel 88 and on the SiriusXM app.
Hear your hometown announcers call every game on the SiriusXM app.
Shotgun snap, 44 Seattle. He's hit as he drops back. The ball free. Picked up by Nwosu. Running down the side. 30, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown! It's picked off and a touchdown! Seattle has scored on another turnover. And that will seal it, it seems, right now for the Seahawks in Super Bowl 60.
The wrap-up of the 2025 season leads us to the beginning of the 2026 season here in Canton, Ohio at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium. The Pro Football Hall of Fame game about to get underway. The Hall of Famers all just walked the gauntlet between both teams lined up across the field, right down the 50-yard line. One of the great traditions here as part of this game. And now we're actually going to play some football. Carolina Panthers have won the toss. They have elected to receive. They are wearing their all-white pants and jerseys with black and Carolina blue trim and the silver helmets. Arizona Cardinals are in their all-red combination. Red jerseys and pants, white helmets with the red Cardinal logo on the side. It's the coaching debut of Mike LaFleur, his first season as the head coach of the Arizona Cardinals. Arizona will be kicking off from our right to our left. It's a warm evening here in Canton, 79 degrees here at kickoff time. Trevor Etienne and Anthony Tyus are back deep to take the kickoff from Chad Ryland, who has it teed up at his own 35-yard line. And we are just about ready to go.
You mentioned a warm evening, but for the Arizona Cardinals, have they had a practice outdoors yet in Phoenix? Because it's been 110 plus for the last 15 or 20 days.
That has been one sort of a massive heat wave going through that area. It's been odd weather and some dangerous weather throughout the United States over the course of the last month or so. Ryland has it teed up. Kick is away. And that's going to be taken on the far side by Tyus up the left side across the 10, 15-yard line. Out to the 20 outside the numbers. He is stopped up right at the 25-yard line. And that is where Carolina will start things off offensively. Bryce Young, their starting quarterback, sits this one out tonight. That means Kenny Pickett will be under center. Pickett now in his 5th season out of Pittsburgh. Spent last year with the Las Vegas Raiders. Played in 6 games, couple of games started. Threw for 188 yards, a touchdown, couple of interceptions. Pickett, of course, was a Super Bowl winner a couple of years back as a backup with the Philadelphia Eagles.
Monday. Start.
Trevor Etienne, the back in the backfield behind him as he takes the shotgun snap. Pickett, play action, rolls left, flips it out to the tight end across the 30 and out toward the 32 is Shatavian Sanders. He's taken down at the 31, they say, for a pickup of 6. Adrian Taylor Demerson making the tackle for Arizona.
Now, has that name been changed to Achan, or is it still Etienne? Achan is the new name for it.
Yep. I got to tell you something. Being a play-by-play or a broadcaster or narrator in the NFL these days is not as easy as it used to be.
And I was down in Jacksonville when his brother told us it was ETN.
Yep. On 2nd down and 4, Pickett's got the snap, brings it out once again. Same receiver, that's Sanders. He is bottled up. The pickup of about 2 yards out to the 33. That's going to leave him 2 yards shy of the first down. Kalen King stepping up from the linebacker's spot to make the tackle for Arizona.
And that was a nice job by Kenny Pickett, because when he took his quick drop from the shotgun, he looked left and he came back to the right and immediately found his outlet valve. Because you want to get rid of that ball. You don't want the defensive line to start believing that they can get to the quarterback and get those sacks.
Achan, the back in the backfield, 3rd down, making a long yard. They've got to get it out to the 35. Working out of the shotgun. Here comes the snap. And Pickett under pressure's going down. They catch him in the backfield. Great rush up the middle from Andrew Billings for the sack. Back at the 28-yard line. And the Arizona defense forces it 3 and out.
Andrew Billings, the nose tackle, is one of 34 new Arizona Cardinal players this season. So we're looking at a team that, yeah, they have the same uniforms, the same helmets and all that, but there's so many new players. And in addition to that, 16 new coaches along with their head coach. So a lot of new faces in that Arizona Cardinals building.
Sam Martin will punt it away from just inside his own 20-yard line. Xavier Weaver back deep for Arizona. And a high kick to the near sideline, fielded at the 16-yard line. Weaver trying to get his way upfield and doesn't get far. Out across the 20 to the 23-yard line. That is where Arizona will have their first offensive turn. And intriguing because they've got 4 quarterbacks on the roster. Jacoby Brissett right now is at the top of the depth chart. Gardner Minshew, the veteran, a backup. But Carson Beck, the rookie out of Miami, gets the start in this game, James. And I think a lot of Cardinals fans are really interested to see what he is capable of becoming.
And you mentioned that they have 4 quarterbacks. They only have 2 who are going to be in uniform. So you better call a smart game if you're the offensive coordinator.
Beck working out of the shotgun. Bam Knight to his right as the running back. And the throw out to the near side on first down is going to be complete out to about the 27. That's hauled in by Kenny Yeboah, the 6-year tight end out of Ole Miss. Beck, of course, national champ at Georgia. Got right to the doorstep last year at Miami. Made the national championship game. Came up short against Indiana. On second down, a turn, a hand to Knight. And Knight upended as he gets near the 30-yard line. Give him a pickup of 3 yards out to that 30 before Will Lee, the third, delivers the hit right around the hash mark. It'll be third down now and 3.
You know, the coaches are sitting and they're watching this game and they're thinking, if I can just get these guys to do what we coached them to do. And that was a prime example of it, because you wanted to run inside. Carolina Panthers did a great job stuffing the inside, and then the outside corner and safety did a nice job in run support. So nice plus for the Carolina Panthers on the last play.
Third down and 3 from the 30-yard line. Beck takes the shotgun snap, chased out of the pocket. He's going to duck and run, and he dove ahead, got the first down just across the 33-yard line. He was on his way and saw the very small seam where he had to dive ahead, but he picked up the 3 yards in the first down.
And you're right, because a lot of times you see a quarterback break out of the pocket, and when defenders are coming up, they go to the slide. He went head first, and he was able to get right past the first down marker.
Had he slid, he would have come up short.
He would have been very short, and we would have been laughing at him.
Knight, the lone back in the backfield on first down, takes the handoff, cutback running across the 35, and dropped at the 37-yard line after a pickup of 3. Lathan Ransom makes the tackle for Carolina. Scott Graham, Hall of Famer James Lofton here in the Grainger broadcast booth in Canton, Ohio. For the ones who get it done, Grainger offers the professional grade products you need, delivered when and where you need them. Call, click Grainger.com or stop by. 10:38 left in the first on second down. Play action. Beck rolling, fires, and hits. And that's going to be a completed pass to, I believe, Rivaldo Fairweather, another tight end who's been added to the roster. Trey McBride, the unquestioned starter for this team, is not dressed for tonight's game. It'll bring up third down and 2.
You think just because the tight end has 126 receptions, he's locked his job away?
I think so.
Yeah, you might be right.
It's an NFL record last year for Trey McBride. Third down, a short 2. Beck firing quickly, and it's incomplete. He went to the far side, tried to get it to Jalen Brooks and thread the needle, but he could not. Good play defensively once again by Will Lee, the third. And on fourth down and short, here comes the punting unit for Arizona.
I like what I saw from Carson Beck, and just in that little bit of series, the previous play where he had a rollout and a bootleg, throwing to the back receiver kind of across his body a little bit. That one, quick slant, ball should have been caught.
Trevor Achane back deep to take the punt, standing just outside his own 10-yard line. And Blake Gilligan will let it go from about his own 30. That kick is a low line drive. Achane going to let it bounce on the near sideline. Takes a big hop, covered well by special teams, and they don't even need to cover it.
Quarterback Bryce Young.
What did you learn from the playoff experience?
I think it was a great growing experience for us as a team. We learned a lot of good habits, got a feel of what it's like, what it's going to take. Now, as you know, it resets. Everyone's 0-0. There's no carryover, but there is that sense of belief and confidence, and now we know it's just about the work.
Hear all of our team previews from the NFL Radio Training Camp Tour on the SiriusXM app.
Draft a winning fantasy football team with the experts of SiriusXM Fantasy Sports Radio.
Wait on the quarterback. I think the position is as deep as it's been in years.
Hear winning strategies, player projections, and expert drafts to help you build a championship team.
When the sure things at running back and receiver run out, take Josh Allen.
We're talking fantasy football right now on Fantasy Sports Radio, Channel 87. And check out our audio draft kit anytime on the SiriusXM app. Just search Draft Season.
SiriusXM NFL Radio is at training camp, getting you ready for the season. We're visiting with every team and interviewing the head coaches and star players from around the National Football League.
This is Lamar Jackson.
This is Matthew Stafford. This is Trevor Lawrence.
Hear expert analysis of your favorite team on SiriusXM NFL Radio, Channel 88.
You can't overstate the value of a team that understands the expectations. I think this team is just prime position to continue their run.
Search for your team to listen anytime on the SiriusXM app.
A dominant performance this afternoon.
Hey race fans, this is Carson Osavar. The NASCAR Cup Series is on SiriusXM. We're back on the track Sunday,
2:30 p.m. Eastern.
From Iowa Speedway, it's the Iowa Corn 350, powered by ethanol.
Checker flag, baby. Yeah.
For up-to-date NASCAR news, catch the pre-race show before every Cup Series race.
on SiriusXM NASCAR Radio Channel 90 in the car and on the SiriusXM app.
Welcome back to the Pro Football Hall of Fame game here in Canton, alongside Hall of Famer James Lofton. Scott Graham with you, and we're joined now as we get ready to come back to action here in the first quarter of the scoreless game by one of the newest members of the Pro Football Hall of Fame, part of this 2026 class. Drew Brees joins us from down on the field. Drew, congratulations.
Thank you, guys. How's it going?
It's going okay for us. How's it going for you? Because weekends don't get a whole lot busier than this one.
Yeah, this is day one, though. I think we're pacing ourselves. You know, we've certainly made the rounds today, but look, we kicked it off the right way. I got to hang out with Coach Lofton yesterday in the hotel lobby, along with a bunch of other Hall of Famers, and so that was kind of the first taste of what I think these next 5 days are going to be all about. And honestly, it's the relationships that we've built, over time, not just with my teammates, but honestly, my new teammates now, my Hall of Fame class and all of these incredible Hall of Famers that have really paved the way for all of us. It's really humbling and an honor to be a part of this.
Drew, I was at a function earlier today, and a kid walked up in a number 12 jersey, and I go, "Oh, Marcus Colston." And he looks at me, and he's about 6 years old. He goes, "No, Olave."
Right.
And so you were able to play long enough where guys changed numbers. They had different jerseys coming in. But your rookie year, you and LaDainian Tomlinson come in. What do you remember about those first preseasons?
It was obviously when we got there in 2001, the Chargers had been 1-15 the year before.
Yes.
The worst team in football, and there was a lot of wholesale changes made that offseason, especially at the quarterback position. They brought in Doug Flutie and then drafted LaDainian Tomlinson with the fifth pick of the draft, after they had traded with Atlanta and they had gotten Tim Dwight in that trade, and Curtis Conway was already there. I think we acquired another pick the next year where we drafted Rashae Caldwell, and then they draft me in the second round. And so you just began to see the vision take place for the type of guys that they wanted to bring into that locker room, alongside some incredible leaders that already existed there, like Junior Seau, Rodney Harrison, and so many others, and then really start to begin to rebuild the culture and the chemistry for a winning and a championship team. And so that's what I felt like the offseason and preseason was all about, was building that chemistry, that camaraderie, and that culture.
I know a lot of fans will remember your injury and then your departure and going to New Orleans. What was it about that relationship with you and Sean Payton that just clicked from day one?
Well, first off, he chose me, and I can never repay him for that.
Yes, you did.
Yeah. Well, I worked every day to do it. We'll just put it that way. I woke up every day feeling like I had to continue to prove him right, and make him proud, and make him feel like he made the right decision. And so, he also did a great job alongside Mickey Loomis and others in that organization to build a championship culture, going out and getting the right type of guys, which, look, was hard to do in 2006, post-Katrina, where, the city of New Orleans was destroyed. The team hadn't even been in New Orleans the year before. They'd been playing games in San Antonio and everywhere else. And so nobody really knew what what it was going to be like coming back. And so I think, a lot of guys were taking a bit of a chance, and yet they just had to have a vision beyond football, that this was about something so much greater than themselves, and they were going to build something really unique and really special there, and that's what we did.
Well, Drew, it didn't take all that long. Just got a pass interference call, and the Panthers are out across the 30-yard line now. It didn't take all that long from that moment until you guys got to the mountaintop. And when you put together what you just said, the city of New Orleans and the fact that the Saints had not been there, you and that group of players are going to be linked to that resurgence in New Orleans literally forever. And I've asked you this question before, but I'm going to guess it's something that you felt that bond is never going away.
No, it doesn't. I had a coach tell me one time, that the greatest teams are the ones that care about each other the most. And I had a chance to be a part of some great teams there because we cared about each other a lot. And it's because of everything that we went through together. We a lot of us were rebuilding our careers, so to speak, while at the same time just trying to put together a football team that our community could be proud of. And this was part of our responsibility and part of our role in the rebuilding efforts, was just to lift everyone's spirits. People in New Orleans and the Gulf Coast didn't have, the money to rebuild their homes or their lives, and yet they were finding a way to sell out every game and for them to come and root on their Saints. And so I think we truly felt this responsibility that we could do a lot to uplift the spirits of the entire community just by giving them something to be proud of.
You get drafted in 2001. You play in your last season in 2020. At what point did Brittany say, Drew, you've done enough?
You know what? She was an unbelievable football wife. I think when she kissed me goodbye as I would head off to every training camp in late July, I think she realized that, I was basically married to football for 7 months,
Yep.
And being the best quarterback that I could be. And obviously it consumed a lot of my time, energy, thoughts. I did try to have my non-negotiables, so to speak, every day, and that was like the time that I left in the morning, and then the time that I got home. I tried to keep football at the facility, and then when I was home, like I was going to be home when I said I was going to be home, because I wanted to read books to the kids before they went to bed, and then I wanted to have that 30 minutes with her so we could just, grab a quick bite to eat and talk and catch up on the day, and just talk about what was going on. And despite the time commitment and the energy commitment, all that stuff, still make time for what's most important, and honestly the things that really refilled my bucket, so to speak, and allowed me to go into the facility knowing that I had the full support of my family, pushing me to be the best that I could be.
Drew, congratulations once again. Enjoy the weekend, every bit of it.
Yeah, thank you.
That is Drew Brees joining us. We just had a punt, and the Cardinals will be...
So you can watch the game on 2 different networks simultaneously? Check. Life-size wall sticker of your favorite player that routinely freaks you out at night? Check. A second life-size wall sticker, so after the first one freaks you out, you see the second, and you're like, oh right, the wall stickers. Check and mate. Bundle your renters and auto insurance with Progressive and save on protection for the things on your checklist. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers not available in all states or situations covered subject to policy terms.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
Trust is earned. That's why I've stuck with Straight Talk. Same price since 2009 on Verizon's 5G network. Cause shoot, anyone can make a promise. Keeping it for years, that means something.
Now plans starting at $25 a month with 4 lines. Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Same price claim applies only to the base monthly price of our $45 plan from October 2009 to present.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight illnesses like pneumococcal pneumonia and RSV. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and can help protect you from getting really sick. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. See more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now at Mattress Firm, get any size mattress for one low price, starting at $249.99. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Every Westwood One NFL broadcast this season is streamed for free from now until Super Bowl 61 in February. You can listen to our coverage via the NFL's official app by downloading the Westwood One Sports app on WestwoodOneSports.com or by asking your Alexa-enabled device to open Westwood One Sports. We are scoreless here with 7:12 to go in the first quarter of the Pro Football Hall of Fame game. Alongside Hall of Famer James Lofton, Scott Graham. Arizona takes over at their own 4-yard line now. Got a pair of punts on special teams. Great job on special teams of backing up the opposition.
But you're going to get some good review plays, both offensively and defensively, because you're backed up. They're coming out. You'd love to get a couple of first downs if you're Arizona. And you want to try and make the defense jump off sides because you don't have a lot to lose.
Offense, number 48. Penalties half the distance to the goal. Still first down.
Craig Rolstad is the referee tonight. You just heard him as the ball gets backed up to the 2. First couple of series, we didn't see flags. Saw a bunch of them while we were talking to Drew Brees. By the way, we were talking about Super Bowl 44 and the Saints' victory down in South Florida over the Colts. There's a handoff, and trying to work it to the outside is Knight. Bam Knight spins out to the 4-yard line, got back the 2 yards from the penalty to bring up second down and 10. Well, that was my first Super Bowl working for Westwood One. And I was sitting throughout that game in a satellite booth with my co-broadcaster who was working halftime that night, Larry Fitzgerald.
And
how about that connection?
And I was down on the sideline for Westwood One, and when they walked out of the Saints locker room, Sean Payton looks at me and goes, "Watch this."
Yeah, really?
Right before the onside kick.
He really did that?
Yes, he did.
I'll tell you what.
Like, remember I told you once I turned 70, you can't tell what's real memory and what's kind of fog? But he gave me that look.
Yep. 3 yards for Bam Knight brings up a third down now and 7 for Arizona from their own 7-yard line. An Arizona team that went 3-14 last year didn't put up a win after week 9. That brought about coaching change and a big change in the coaching staff. On third down, out of the shotgun, Beck back to throw. He's got a little bit of time. Down the sideline he goes. It's complete across the 35 and down across the 40. Jalen Brooks running straight up that right sideline, and a strike from Carson Beck for a 34-yard pickup and a first down for Arizona.
By Beck, that is 6 years of college football. And I say that because he's standing in his end zone. He pump faked to get that move open and then threw deep. You've got to have a little ice water in those veins to pull that off.
Well, he is a very mature rookie. On first down, play action rolls left, throwing out to the near side. That's going to be complete. And the catch pulled in by Xavier Weaver out at the 45 for a pickup of 3. Caleb Evans makes the hit for Carolina that knocked him out of bounds. It'll be second down coming up for Arizona.
So now we've got, what was this, a 6-play drive going? Defensive lineman, a little huffing and puffing going on out there right now. Well, they had an extra play because of the penalty. So
on second down, Knight cut back running out across the 50, and he's going to have a first down into Carolina territory at the 45.
Some of those defensive linemen are looking over at the Carolina sideline going, where's my replacement right about now?
Well, 12 yards on the cutback from Bam Knight. 269 yards last year before an ankle knocked him out in week 15. It was really a lot of injuries for the Cardinal roster last year. 42 different players missing a combined 336 games due to injury. First down now from the Carolina 45. Man in motion, Beck turns, play action fake, rolling right, sets his feet, fires, throws, complete inside the 45, and spinning down is Jamison Gears at the Carolina 41-yard line.
Now, Gears is a tight end, H-back type of guy, and when he came out, he fell down. So Carson Beck came off of him, and when he got back up, then he was open and he went back to him. So this quarterback is seeing a lot here right now.
Again, you got to wonder right now how much time. He's probably going to get a fair amount of it over these 4 games, and what that's going to mean to the decision-making process. On second down, he's got time again. Beck firing complete. Throws his strike and hanging on while he sprawls to the ground. I believe it was Jalen Brooks. Brooks catching it at the 25-yard line. And that is an Arizona first down on a beautiful throw from Carson Beck.
Now, I don't want to go with my Stanford connection earlier, but Michael Wilson, who's a Stanford receiver, we talked about the receivers who are going to be playing in the game tonight. And he was kind of high on Jalen Brooks. He said he runs good routes. He's pretty tough coming inside, and he's been in the league for a little while.
Beck now 6 out of 7 for 67 yards. He hands it off to Knight, who pounds his way through the middle of the line. Out along the left hash mark, he'll get down to the 22 for a pickup of 3. Lee Hunter, the tackle for Carolina. First quarter play, 2:48 to go in the first. And this is the first sustained drive for either team here in this first quarter.
So as you get close to the red zone here inside the 20 and you want to throw the ball into the end zone, you're looking for big guys who are big targets, or you're looking for guys who have great separation, who can get a stride away from the defenders.
3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left now for Beck, who works out of the shotgun. Knight set off to his left. Beck takes the snap, fires complete inside the 20. Down near first down yardage. He's going to be dropped about a yard shy. And that once again was Rivaldo Fairweather making the catch. He gets him down to a 3rd and 1. He came wide open.
Tell you, Beck is seeing the field. I know the coverages aren't super complicated, but to still be able to find the open receiver, talk to Jacoby Brissett, and this offense is new for him, new terminology. So Beck, who's been here the whole time during the offseason after he was drafted, has been able to grasp this technology pretty well.
3rd down and 1, probably 2 down territory, but they won't need it. Bam Knight off the left side, dives across the 15 and down inside the 14-yard line. That's going to be good enough for an Arizona first down. As the drive continues, it began on their own 4-yard line. Now down in the red zone, and those of the football, they're going to place it at the Carolina 13. Corey Kiner now into the ball game as the lone running back. Couple of tight ends on first down and 10. Beck looks like he's checking at the line of scrimmage. Just 2 wide receivers split. Turns around, hands to Kiner. Kiner banging his way inside the 10. He'll make it to the 9-yard line for a pickup of 4.
I always wondered, so the defensive linemen, they get a little tired. They come out, they sub out. The offensive linemen, they don't sub out. They're doing just as much work as the defensive linemen are, aren't they?
Kevin Mawai told me that exact fact today.
Then it must be gospel.
We got 38 seconds left to go in the quarter. That defensive unit might be getting their break here one way or another. 2nd down and 6 from the 9-yard line. Beck takes the snap, looking out down the middle of the field, throws. That ball is caught just shy of the goal line. It's going to be a catch inside the 1.
Great ball placement, but a heck of a catch
by Corey Kiner. Yep.
Number 37 is not the tallest player out there either. So he's low to the ground, but that's a great pass because you're trying to protect him from getting hit, even though he did get thumped.
Ball actually hit his face mask before dropping down into his hands, but it did not cross the plane, and that is going to bring us to the end of the first quarter. News story of quarter number 1, Carson Beck has looked good. He's got his team on the doorstep of capping off a 96-yard drive when we come back. 1 quarter in the books. Arizona nothing, Carolina nothing. It's the end of the first quarter. You're listening to the Hall of Fame game on Westwood One.
And welcome back to Get Ahead of It. First question, if your constipation with belly pain keeps coming back, you should...
Talk to your doctor.
Yes! It could be irritable bowel syndrome with constipation or IBS-C, and Linzess could help you get ahead of it.
Linzess linaclotide is the #1 prescribed branded treatment for IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily prescription pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2 years old. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop Stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
For a limited time, get 20% off an NFL Plus annual plan. With NFL Plus, stream live out-of-market preseason games, live local and primetime regular season games on mobile and NFL Network, including 7 exclusive live games this season. With NFL Plus Premium, watch every touchdown every Sunday afternoon during the regular season with NFL Red Zone. Catch game replays and access NFL Pro. Limited time offer ends September 21st. Sign up today at plus.nfl.com/radio. Terms and conditions apply.
Skechers elite athlete OG Anunoby has been making history on the basketball court.
Anunoby tips it in. Unbelievable. What a shot.
He's been balling out in Skechers high-performance basketball sneakers, and the world has noticed. But how does OG train off the court to keep in peak physical condition? Hands-free Skechers Slip-ins Aeroburst. They help prepare OG for the physical demands of playing at a championship level. Get your pair of Aeroburst for only $165 at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever high-performance running shoes are sold.
The 2026 season is almost here. Experience the thrill of game day when you purchase tickets through the NFL's trusted and verified ticket partners, Ticketmaster, SeatGeek, and SI Tickets. Buy your tickets today. Panthers open at home week 1 against Chicago. Cardinals start at the Chargers, then they host the defending champion Seahawks in their home opener in week 2. We start the second quarter, first and goal from the 1-yard line for Arizona. Carolina digging in. The give is to Kiner, banging his way into the end zone. Second effort running and the touchdown. Corey Kiner gets in from 1 yard out, and that caps off a 96-yard drive for the Arizona Cardinals as they score first to take a 6-0 lead.
You know, you're sitting up here and you're looking at that offensive line and just coming off and getting that movement against that Carolina Panthers front, giving Kiner a chance to pick his hole. He's lined up 7 yards deep off the ball, so he's able to get that ball and keep his eye on where there's going to be a small crease. And once he hits that crease, great leg drive.
Thad Ryland now to attempt the extra point. There's the snap. It's down, it's up, and it is good. So an impressive drive led by Carson Beck and the Arizona Cardinals after 13 plays, 96 yards, and 7:17 off the clock. With Beck going 5 for 6 on the drive, they get in as Corey Kiner, second-year player out of Cincinnati, draws first blood in this ball game. Scott Graham and Hall of Famer James Lofton here in the Grainger broadcast booth in Canton, Ohio. For the ones who get it done, Grainger offers the professional-grade products you need, delivered when and where you need them. Call, click Grainger.com, or stop by. So as the lights start to take over here in Canton, Ohio, we're approaching dusk on a very warm evening. A lot to be happy about for the Arizona Cardinals and their fan base, from Carson Beck, the rookie out of Miami, on that drive. You don't get many 13-play, 96-yard drives in the preseason.
You don't get very many 13-play drives during the season at all. They had a couple of chunk plays in there, though, and that was a nice possession by the quarterback, Mr. Beck.
So Ryland going to kick it away. Carolina will see if they can get their offense going. John Mechie is back deep for Carolina, along with Anthony Tynes.
So you've got to kick this ball where it goes past the 20-yard line, correct? On the flight. Can't scoot it along the ground. They've got pylons up with pylon cameras inside those at the 20-yard line.
Yep. And we saw last year what a major change the new kickoff rules have really evolved now, and what it's become and how it's really changed. Saw a lot more kick returns last year. Ryland with it teed up on the 35-yard line. High end-over-end kick, going to make it all the way to the end zone, and Mechie's going to take it out on the right side across the 10, the 15, the 20. He's got some room to the 25 and out across the 30. That is where Carolina will begin things. Well, we're joined now by an old friend and also somebody who is richly deserving of the honor he is getting this weekend. New Hall of Famer Larry Fitzgerald joins us from down on the field. Larry, heartfelt congratulations, pal.
Thank you so much. It's great to hear your voice. I miss hearing it every day in studio, man, but it's so good to be here and be with you guys, and really excited for another kickoff of a wonderful season ahead.
We were talking and have been talking with a couple of your classmates from this 2026 class. This is a really packed weekend with a lot going on, and you're not a guy who shies away from that kind of thing. I guess you got to pace yourself a bit.
You definitely do. I mean, it's a lot. You starts early and goes pretty late, but I think it's really important for you to stay in the moment. You get the experiences one time, and obviously you get to come back and do this, but the pageantry that's involved, and being able to really build and strengthen the relationships with your class personally is things that you really want to do. And I know it's a lot of logistics and family and friends and people coming from all around the country to support you, so you really just try to stay present.
Larry, I want to dial the clock back a little bit toward the beginning of your career, and not just your football career, but your athletic career. What were you good at when you were 6, 7, 8 years old? You go, oh, I can beat little Billy down the street in this.
Well, I'm from Minnesota, so it's not like growing up in Houston or Dallas or Miami or LA, where you have these like hotbeds of the best athletes in the country. So I was pretty dominant as a youngster. I played baseball, played basketball, obviously played football. I kind of did a little bit of everything, and I think pretty young I was usually the best, mostly the best always when I played on the field. And then when I got a little bit older, I think people started taking a little bit more notice. But a lot of people would always tell me, like, oh, he's a kid from Minnesota. He's playing against, smaller competition. I don't know if he's really that good.
Well, obviously you turned out to be really that good, and you got your opportunity to have an incredible career. Honestly, anytime I think about you on the field, what I go back to is that unbelievable postseason that led to Super Bowl 43. I don't recall any one individual receiver. Maybe you start talking about Jerry Rice, and you are in pretty good company with him right now, but a player who completely looked like he could take over any game from the wide receiver position for a period of time, and you could. Did it feel that way to you?
Yeah, I mean, that whole kind of month stretch, I felt like it was just, I was in flow. Me and Kurt were in great, connectivity. Todd Haley, our offense coordinator, Coach Winston Hunt, they were calling plays, getting me open, and I just really felt good. And then I think Anquan also went down in our first divisional round game with a hamstring, so like a little bit more of the pressure and the targets were coming to me than I normally would have gotten. And so I think it was a combination of a few different things that allowed me to kind of get going.
You had a move late in your career with Bruce Arians where you moved into the slot. What was that like, getting into the middle of the field more often?
Yeah, I wouldn't say I went in willingly. He had a plan, and I learned to trust Coach Arians. There's no way that I'm here without him and his tutelage, his coaching staff. What he taught me, and to be even more selfless in terms of being dedicated to being one of the better blockers in the game. And so, like, I just thank him, for being so persistent and being willing to help a old dog learn some new tricks.
I tell you what, not unlike James Lofton, when people talk about you and mention you to me in the game of football, they say, unbelievable player, one of the best ever, and maybe a better guy. Where does that come from?
Well, I don't know. I mean, all those things are very subjective, as you know. I just try to treat people with respect, be kind, be appreciative, and just try to be thankful for the relationships that God has afforded me. Relationships like yours, and Howie, and Harl, and all the guys that I got a chance to be with and grow up with and learn from. I'm just very thankful for those type of relationships, and I think I just approach life with a sense of gratitude. I try to, at least.
Which one is the bigger hobby? And you've got 6 hours: photography or a round of golf?
I want to bring my camera to the golf course, which I do frequently. My friends always ask me, like, man, you take a lot of pictures. I was like, man, you plan on being here? You plan on being at Pebble Beach next week on this beautiful day? And you don't want to take some pictures? Are you kidding me? Like, you're out there with your friends. You're doing something you really like to do. You're spending time with people that you enjoy on world-class places. So why not have the both of them?
I'm not asking you to give anything away, and obviously a lot of people know about your life story and about your mom. People may not realize that you lost Dad earlier this year. Is all that going to be part of what you're talking about here on Saturday?
Absolutely. I mean, I'm not here. There's no Larry Fitzgerald story without the sacrifices of my father. Obviously, my mother, I lost my mother over 20 years ago, but, my dad, picked up the slack and held our family together, continued to give me opportunity after opportunity after opportunity to chase my dreams and surround me with positive mentorship. And, I know he's not here physically, but I feel his presence. And, the other thing that you don't realize, when you're until your dad or parents are gone, is how much he meant to other people. So, like, traveling now, going through Minneapolis, and people would come up to me and be like, "Hey, Larry, man, your dad, I lost my job when I was at this radio station, and he gave me $500 to help me cover my rent, and it helped me get back on my feet." Or, these little stories that you normally wouldn't be able to hear about your dad, and your parents from your perspective, but sometimes you don't get a chance to see what other people see in them. And that has been so cool, just to be able to hear those random people talk about the way my dad impacted their life. And man, that's been amazing. It's helped with the grieving process.
I'll tell you what, Larry, we obviously offer our condolences, but also we here at Westwood One so happy and proud for you. Couldn't happen to a better guy. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. It's great to be on with you guys, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your night. Safe travels home and a great season ahead.
Welcome to the club.
Thank you. Thank you.
There you go.
All right.
That is Larry Fitzgerald. While we were talking, A.J. Dillon just pounded it in for what turned out to be, with the extra point, the tying touchdown in the game. The extra point is good. Carolina gets on the board. 10:56 to go here in the first half of play. It is Carolina 7, Arizona 7. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
This is WWE superstar CM Punk.
And your queen, Charlotte Flair.
WWE Radio is now on Sirius XM.
Hear Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and every WWE PLE Live.
Plus Busted Open, Not Sam Wrestling, and your favorite WWE podcast.
WWE Radio will be a suitable home for all North America to hear about Danhausen's communications, comings and goings and goings and comings via satellite.
It's all
on WWE Radio.
Sirius XM, channel 156, and on the Sirius XM app.
The SiriusXM NFL Radio Training Camp Tour checked in with the Bears and spoke with quarterback Caleb Williams.
What's happening internally for you that's led to so many dramatics in your Bears career already being able to go your way?
Being able to be calm as possible for the guys. One of the biggest things in those moments is taking that deep breath and knowing where you are on the field, knowing the situation, and then knowing that you're the only one out there with your other 10 guys, and that's all that matters on that 53-by-120.
SiriusXM NFL Radio Channel 88 and on the SiriusXM app.
Are you ready for showtime?
If you're a Springsteen fan, welcome to the Promised Land. Sirius XM's E Street Radio. Hear all of Bruce's music, plus daily concerts, exclusive interviews, and surprise guest DJs.
John Bon Jovi here.
Only on Bruce Springsteen's channel, E Street Radio Channel 20.
The first place for baseball talk is the leadoff spot.
This is why I love what we do.
Eduardo Perez.
Because we break down the damn game.
Xavier Scruggs.
If you don't have your best players impacting the game, you don't win a World Series.
Steve Phillips.
When you make a big trade to help the team and then it backfires on you, it's not great.
The leadoff spot.
As a general manager, when that happens, you're like, oh no.
Weekdays at 7 Eastern on MLB Network Radio, Channel 89, and on the Sirius XM app.
Wherever your golf journey is headed, a PGA professional will help you get there. Find your PGA coach at pga.com/coach. 10 plays, 67 yards, just under 4 minutes off the clock, and A.J. Dillon gets in from 1 yard out. Kenny Pickett, 8 out of 11 on the drive. Carolina's tied this game up at 7 apiece with 10:56 to go in the first half, and Panthers will now kick things off toward the Cardinals. Ryan Fitzgerald has it teed up. Jalen Brooks and Xavier Weaver back deep for Arizona at their own 5-yard line. Fitzgerald's kick is a skittering kick, and it didn't get to the 20. And there go the whistles and the flags. It stopped at about the 25-yard line, and here come the flags flying.
Free kick short of the landing zone. Ball be placed at the 40-yard line. First down.
When it happens in a regular game, that type of mistake, the way that they have put that penalty in, James, is massive.
Yes. And so when that kicker heads to the sideline, normally he's the guy who kicks a 50-yard field goal and everybody's high-fiving him and giving him, slapping him on the helmet. The Red Seas parted there, and nobody touched him. Because you're just looking at it, you're going, you got a simple job. All you got to do is kick it over the 20-yard line, and then we'll go attack after that.
So it's first down and 10 from the 40-yard line for a Cardinals team that last time they had the ball marched 96 yards. Bam Knight in the backfield. Beck with a blitz coming. It gets picked up. Back to throw. Throws deep left side. Got a man. Caught inside the 15-yard line. And taking a brutal shot but hanging on is Jalen Brooks all the way down to the 11. 49 yards on the play.
And we heard the helmets clash up here, and I'm surprised that there wasn't a flag. Oh, there.
All they said was illegal contact that was on the route, and that was declined. It was Brooks going straight down that left sideline. It's a little bit of a hitch move, and he was gone, flying past Caleb Evans. So now Arizona on one play, just outside the 10-yard line with the nose of the football at the 11. And a great night for Carson Beck continues. He's under center here, gives it to Knight, left side running, follows a block inside the 5. And he's down to that 5-yard line. 6 big yards on first down for Bam Knight.
So is it tomorrow's headline? Beck is the boy?
I'll tell you what. You start looking at what their situation is, and Jacoby Brissett, is a very capable NFL quarterback. It's on the last year of his deal. I think Beck is going to have as much time as is possible to try to prove himself.
Well, he'll get really good playing time during the preseason, so you'll be able to book that and figure things out. So he gets pressured on this last play. It's a quick bootleg. They run pressure. They bring an unblocked defender. He turns and he dirts the ball right away. By that, I mean he throws the ball into the ground, doesn't worry about taking the sack or getting the ball tipped as he's trying to throw it over and loft over his head, because Carolina won that play. And part of being smart as a quarterback is realizing when the defenses want to play and getting to the next play.
Third down from the 5-yard line for Arizona. They could still pick up a first if they get the nose of the football to the 1. Going to be an empty backfield this time for Beck now, working out of the shotgun. You're going to get a whistle, and you're going to get a timeout call for by the Cardinals. Something about
Arizona. This is a 30-second timeout.
That play, I'm going to bet that it was possible that Nathaniel Hackett did not like what he saw about how that formation got to where it was. Or perhaps the defense that was set for Carolina. Stay with Westwood One all season long for the most NFL action anywhere. Monday nights, Sunday nights, Thursday nights, holidays, international games, and the entire postseason. From opening night, September 9th, all the way through Super Bowl 61 in Los Angeles. If it's the NFL, it's on Westwood One. I just gave you a verbal confirmation of my schedule between now and February.
I like it.
Yep. So after the timeout, Beck leads them to the line of scrimmage. He's got 3 receivers to the right. Knight, the lone setback, straight behind him. Beck under center, sends a man in motion. Takes the snap. Quick throw, right side, fade route, caught, touchdown! Simi Fehoko with the catch in the corner of the end zone on a perfectly placed ball by Carson Beck, who continues to shine in his debut tonight. It puts the Arizona Cardinals back on top, 13-7.
Simi Fehoko, who was a Stanford Cardinal at one time, looks good in that Cardinal-colored uniform. And he's a big-bodied receiver. He's about 6'4", 6'5". You could throw the ball up, and all he had to do was keep his weight on the defender and then separate from him right at the end when the throw was coming in.
Fehoko was largely a special teamer last year before he ended up breaking his arm. His season was over. Comes back in and makes an impact here in preseason game number 1. The extra point is good, and it doesn't take long for Arizona to take advantage of the mistake on the kickoff. A quick 60-yard drive, and once again a 7-point lead. It's the Cardinals 14, the Carolina Panthers 7, 9:38 left to go here in the first half. You're listening to the Hall of Fame game on Westwood One.
When you see this in your kitchen,
The stainless steel fridge is covered in fingerprints.
you hear this.
Leslie,
People are going to think you were raised in a barn or by wolves, or raised in a barn by wolves.
Fortunately, Wyman Stainless Steel 3-in-1 cleans, shines, and protects to give you the best shine. A spray and a wipe will have your fridge shining like a mirror.
Wow, my fridge looks brand new. Your fridge looks amazing, Leslie. Sorry, I was being a little dramatic earlier.
Your kitchen says a lot about you. Let it brag with Wyman.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Westwood One, your home for the National Football League.
Listen to groundbreaking interviews and thrilling play-by-play all season long. Touchdown! On Sirius XM NFL Radio Channel 88 and the Sirius XM app.
4-play, 60-yard drive that took just $118 for Arizona. Jalen Brooks really set him up with a 49-yard reception and a 14-7 lead for the Cardinals now. As they kick things off into the end zone, Anthony Tynes takes a knee, and that'll be a touchback as Carolina gets another offensive set. You coached. What are you looking for in a preseason game?
You're looking for somebody to repeat all the drills that you've been doing in practice, being attentive to his splits where he lines up, looking at the defense, and kind of processing things quickly, not having to think about them, but just processing them in a natural fashion. And then letting his specific skills come out. If he's a big receiver, be physical. If you're a fast receiver, run with some speed out there. Get open. Do the things that you need to do. And if you're playing on that offensive or defensive line, make that guy across him you respect you.
Now the touchback sets it to the 35-yard line. A lot more strategy in the kickoff this year. That's where Carolina will take over. Pickett under center. No, Haynes King now in the ball game at quarterback. He turns and hands it off, and Dillon's got a lot of running room up the middle, cutting back left side, out near the numbers. He's going to have first down yardage. Out across the 47 near the 48-yard line before Wydett Williams and Isaiah Oliver make the tackle. But that is a pickup of 13 yards on the play and a Carolina first down.
And, you know, Dillon being in his 6th year, being a running back who's on his 3rd team, has that spark about him. He's playing for his career, trying to extend it because he knows what it means to be on championship-type teams coming from Green Bay.
Play action. King rolls left side, throws, and it's incomplete. He threw that ball right into the numbers of intended receiver Jasim Reed, who couldn't haul it in.
I'm always speechless when I see a drop pass, so I just have to pause for a second here. Because that just hurts. You realize, yes, the ball's a little bit off target, but if you make a big play there and make a nice catch, then everybody's patting you on the back.
And it means a lot to you, right?
Yeah, it means a lot to me. And I think Larry Fitzgerald is weeping silently right now.
Second down and 10. King's got some time, throws. That one is complete. Down inside the Arizona 40-yard line, a sprawling catch for James Mitchell, the tight end. Or check that. It was Malik Mega. Yep. Out across the middle, he makes the catch inside the 40. That's a first down for Carolina. Right back to the line of scrimmage with no huddle now for the Panthers. King takes the snap, throws out right side, short throw complete. Got that in Felipe Franks, the tight end, down near the 35-yard line for a pickup of 4.
Felipe Franks, one of those guys who's an athlete, and you have that if he were getting recruited out of high school, because he went to Arkansas, played quarterback, good enough at quarterback to play at Arkansas. Then he transitions into the NFL as a tight end because he's such a good athlete. And the ability to do that is not easy and not just taken for granted, because coaches realize if you used to play quarterback, you have pretty good smarts for the game in general.
Second down, about 7. Blitz coming now for King as he throws over the top of it. Left side trying to thread it in, and it's incomplete. He was looking once again for the rookie Vega out of Coastal Carolina, but this one too tall for him down inside the 10-yard line.
Forgot to turn the jets on early enough. He's kind of hobbling off to the sideline like he might have a cramp in his leg, and that's not a good sign. But trying to go all out when you've been on the sideline cheering on your teammates, you got to get stretched out and warmed up before you go back out onto the field.
This time Dillon, the running back, sets up at the wide receiver spot. Now checks back into the backfield on third down. Called about 7. King takes the snap. Throwing quickly behind his intended receiver, but a great adjustment and the catch for the first down. That is a pretty catch by John Mechie, the veteran, down at the 27-yard line for a Carolina first down.
You know, Mechie's shown a little stuff today. He had a nice kickoff return back outside the 30-yard line. And he has great speed and great change of direction. And he's a standout player at Alabama and then had an unfortunate illness.
He's bounced back from that. Last year played for the Eagles and the Jets. King juggles the shotgun snap, now throws down the middle, and it's nearly picked off. Made a dangerous throw, trying to thread one in inside the 15-yard line, and Elijah Culp, the rookie out of James Madison, had a shot at an interception, but couldn't come up with it.
You know, I'm watching this, and I wonder, is that receiver supposed to run that like he ran a post pattern where he's going up high, or is he supposed to flatten it off so that the defensive back cannot come and undercut him?
To know. Empty backfield this time with 3 receivers to the right side, 2 to the left on 2nd down and 10. Carolina down 14-7. King gets the snap, rolls away from pressure. He's going to duck and run to the 20 and slides inside the 20-yard line. On the far side of the field, he's going to be about 2.5 yards shy of the first down, bringing up 3rd down.
Nice burst out of the pocket. So King had some speed. They talk about his ability to run and being a real tough guy. That time he had showed that ability to run. He didn't have to be tough. He was smart at the end of the play, so he got down.
7 yards for the ACC Offensive Player of the Year out of Georgia Tech. Now a 3rd down, probably 2-down situation here inside the 20 with 6.5 to go in the first half. King takes the snap, throws right. That's going to be good for first down yardage. Complete to Felipe Franks on the far side. And he runs out of bounds at the 15-yard line with a Carolina first down.
The other thing, when you look at Felipe Franks' career path, he's played for Carolina, and he's played for Atlanta. So this is his 2nd trip back to Carolina. So he comes back supposedly as a more polished player, getting to show his receiving skills here in the first half. So this is a good outing for him right here.
Well, he's only got 1 NFL reception in his career a couple of years ago with Carolina.
But it was a really good reception.
Dillon in the backfield now, but they go play action, rolling once again. King throws, complete inside the 10. That's going to be good for a touchdown. Running it into the end zone, Jasim Reed. Spent last year on the practice squad, but he hauls it in. And after a 10-play, 65-yard drive, Carolina is an extra point away from tying this at 14 here in the 2nd.
You know, you mentioned practice squad, and for this game, both the Arizona Cardinals and the Carolina Panthers trot 90 players out here. Half of them are starters who may not be starting. They'll take 53. They'll take another 16 on the practice squad. They'll have another 10 on the developmental roster. They're only going to lose about 10 spots from what they have right now when they're building their team. And guys like Jasim Reed take advantage of that, working hard on the practice squad during the offseason and are able to come back. And you know what? I think they made the extra point.
They did. You do everything for me. I'm going to go take a little break. Extra point is good. We're tied at 14. 5:54 to go here until halftime in Canton, Ohio. You're listening to the Hall of Fame game on Westwood One.
In the automotive industry, time and trust mean everything. Miss an electrical problem, and it can mean big problems for your operation. That's why Napa believes in testing the 5 critical components in every vehicle: the battery, starter, alternator, relay, and serpentine belt. And why we deliver the parts, tools, and expertise you need to catch problems before they become breakdowns. So test every vehicle and trust the name that keeps your bays busy and your business moving full speed ahead.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight illnesses like pneumococcal pneumonia and RSV. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and can help protect you from getting really sick. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. See more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
Trust is earned. That's why I've stuck with Straight Talk. Same price since 2009 on Verizon's 5G network. Cause shoot, anyone can make a promise. Keeping it for years, that means something.
Now plans starting at $25 a month with 4 lines. Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Same price claim applies only to the base monthly price of our $45 plan from October 2009 to present.
Placement down. Vinatieri's try for the win is good. It's good. It's good. And the New England Patriots have won Super Bowl 36.
Howard David with a call right here on Westwood One. That was the first of 4 Super Bowls for another member of the Hall of Fame class who joins us here right now from down on the field, Adam Vinatieri. Adam, Scott Graham, and Hall of Famer James Lofton up here. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you so much. It's a dream come true, and I'm not even sure I can even comprehend it yet, to be honest with you.
I got to tell you, a dream come true. Anybody who starts out as a kicker in the National Football League, that's a tough dream to think about one day putting on a gold jacket, considering how exclusive this club is now among kickers that you're a part of.
No, absolutely. You're absolutely right. Now I guess there's 3 of us now, but the other 2 were huge role models for me. Morton was one of my greatest role models growing up as a kid. I tried to emulate him, and having him be the one that knocked on the door and welcomed me into the family was absolutely incredible.
I'm curious, Adam. Were you clutch in college? Were you clutch in high school? Were you clutch in the spelling bee in 4th grade? When did you become clutch?
Well, I tell you, I was the guy that always wanted the pressure on me, right? Every position of every sport that I played, I wanted either the ball in my hand or whatever. So I really enjoyed having the pressure. I definitely developed over my career. I definitely was less clutch, but I always wanted that opportunity. So, I think we become better football players as we age. I think even toward the end of my career, I was probably much better than the beginning of my career. So I think we all develop over time, but I absolutely love the pressure. I loved being the guy that it came down to the last minute, and I was the one that either got to make the kick and win or unfortunately go the other way. So thank goodness there was a lot more makes than misses.
I remember seeing you a lot of times when I was working Sunday Night Football for Westwood One Radio. Before the game, I'd come down, say hello, and you just seemed like you had this calm about you, that you weren't nervous about what was about to happen for the next 60 minutes.
Well, if you're prepared, if you trust your abilities and you focus on what you can control, I spent a lot of time before the game trying to figure out the wind, figure out the field conditions, and make sure I had the right cleats on and all the little things that make a difference. And then when you walk out onto the field, you just trust the process. You just trust your ability, and you walk out there. I don't think I ever had a game kick that I hadn't practiced in the past. I never shied away from practicing in bad weather, and if it was windy, I wanted to kick into the wind because I wanted to see what it was going to do and not shy away from that. So I think that helped build a lot of confidence, and so then when you get out there, you just rely on what you know you can do, and hopefully everything goes the right way.
Adam, I am calling you on that right now, what you just said. You never had a kick in a game that you hadn't practiced for. You're going to tell me that kick in the snow in New England, that you had some sort of I know South Dakota, you're going to tell me that you had practiced for that kick.
Ron Meyer had come into town.
I'm not going to tell you it was quite the same. I never shied away from going out and kicking in a little snow. I can't say that it's ever been 6 inches of snow, divisional game, we're down by 3, and if you miss this, you're cleaning out your locker. No, I never ever practiced that particular situation, but thank goodness we had that one. Played a couple more games in Buffalo, I think, when we had blizzards, and it never got too big at that moment. I think I said, hey, this is a low percentage kick, but do what you can do to try to give yourself a chance. And I tell you, when that one went through the snow, or when it went through the uprights in the divisional game, I took a big sigh of relief, thanking the good Lord it went through.
2,673 points. Is that the kick that most people bring up most to you, or is it one of the Super Bowl winners?
Well, that's the one that was definitely the most difficult kick. I'm probably the most proud of that kick, but there's absolutely nothing like kicking that first game-winning Super Bowl kick at the end of the game, and the confetti's coming down, and you're realizing that we're world champs. That one for sure is the one that stands out in my memory the most.
You mentioned about other sports, so what were you good at, like when you were 10 years old?
Well, I played soccer as a center midfielder. Baseball, I was a catcher because I wanted to have the ball in my hand all the time. I was also a quarterback, if you could believe that, but I stopped growing at 6 foot. I wasn't one of these 6'4" guys that could throw it a million miles.
So you were taller than Drew Brees is what you're
saying. Just barely, but he's a heck of a lot better quarterback than I ever was, that's for sure.
Have you thought about what this is going to be like here in this stadium on Saturday with you getting an opportunity to command the stage in the microphone?
Yeah, it's gonna be surreal for sure. I'm a hair nervous. I've practiced my speech a million times. I know it, but when I'm out there and I'm looking at my family in the crowd and all my friends and coaches, choking back the emotions is going to be the hard part. I've told everybody, I said, listen, I'm going to be looking at the teleprompter away from all you guys because I don't want to look at you when I'm talking about you. It will get me too emotional, but I'm super excited about it. I'm really, honestly, I'm looking forward to about 3 o'clock on Saturday when my speech is over.
Yeah.
I'm back in the green room. I can take a big, deep breath, maybe a drink, and just relax at that point.
Well, of all the thrills, you get an opportunity, an extra one here tonight. You get to spend a little time with our logistics coordinator, Rob Luzzi. I know that had to be important to you, too, tonight.
High on the list.
Adam, thanks so much for the time. Congratulations. Enjoy every bit of this.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me on.
Okay, that is Adam Vinatieri. As we hit the 4-minute mark left here in the first half, and the Cardinals are moving the ball into Carolina territory. They are now down inside the 35-yard line. It's incredible to be part of a fraternity of 3. That's what he is doing here this weekend.
And one of them was my teammate for a little while, Jan Stenerud, came to Green Bay when he was about 40 years old. And Jan was great at complaining about field conditions because back then you would have a muddy field and you'd still have to go out there and kick, and not too often do people have muddy fields anymore.
Corey Kiner in the backfield takes the handoff from Beck, pounds off the right side inside the 30. Pick up just about 5 yards on first down. Clock ticks with 3:15 to go here in the first half of a 14-14 game. Tell you what, I saw Jan walking through the lobby at the hotel today. Jan looks like he could still kick.
Yep. Jan believes he could still kick. He was a terrific athlete. When he came to Green Bay, we had to run wind sprints at the end of practice. So we go over, back. Jan ran with the receivers.
I believe it.
There was one receiver that wouldn't let Jan beat him, and that was me. The other guys, Jan was running past him.
On second down, it is Kiner, and Corey Kiner takes the right side inside the 25, down to the 21, a 9-yard pickup for another Arizona first down.
You know, the Arizona Cardinals have a good pace going here. They've been able to throw the ball well. Now they're coming off in spurts and being able to run the ball really effectively. They had a fumble where the ball bounced directly back up to the runner who fumbled it. So they got a little bit of luck there in this drive, but they're really executing really well.
First down and 10 from the 21-yard line. Beck working from down under center. Now checks at the line of scrimmage. Trying to send a man in motion. Nobody moving now. He moves his receiver, turns, hands it off to Kiner, runs left side. And off left tackle, he spins his way down to the 17-yard line. That's going to be a pickup of 4, and that is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to go, first half of play here at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium. It is Arizona on a drive, 14, Carolina 14. You're listening to the Hall of Fame game on Westwood One.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have a health reminder from the CDC.
Pneumococcal vaccination is recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose. And millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
Flag football isn't about who you are. It's who you become. Finding your team and your competition. To be the disruptor. Make the catch. Own the moment. To be the hustle. Pull flags like you mean it. Ha! Cut. Spin. Take off. Go. Be the future. Shape the game. Create the play. Make it yours. In a sport growing faster than you can believe, be the story. NFL Flag. Find a league today at NFLflag.com.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now upgrade to a Tempur-Pedic and get a $300 instant gift, plus next-day delivery. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. Next-day delivery available on select mattresses and subject to location. See store for details.
2 minutes to go, first half of play here at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium. In the Hall of Fame game, it is Arizona 14, Carolina 14. Arizona with the ball in the red zone at the Carolina 17-yard line. Mission of the Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton, Ohio is to honor the greatest of the game, preserve its history, promote its values, and celebrate excellence everywhere. Find out more about the Pro Football Hall of Fame today at profootballhof.com. Bam Knight back into the ball game now on second down for Arizona. He's the lone setback. Carson Beck, who's had a big first half, down under center. Sends a man in motion. Turns, hands to Knight, right side. Bounded his way inside the 15-yard line. And he'll be stopped right there after a pickup of down coming up for Arizona. Beck 11 out of 14 for 146 yards and a touchdown. A quarterback rating of 134 in his NFL debut, albeit in a preseason game.
And what's even more impressive, this team was 31st last year running the football, averaged 93 yards per game. They've already run for 82 yards in the first half in this game. It seems like they've totally dominated, even though it's a tie game. But this is an impressive performance offensively by the Arizona Cardinals.
And that's without Jeremiah Love, the third overall pick, who is not playing in this game tonight for Arizona. Third down, 4 yards to go. They've got to get it to the 11. Shotgun snap for Beck. Here comes the pressure. He's in some trouble, and he's going to be dropped. Sacked by Jared Harrison Hunt. Back of the 17-yard line. And a quick timeout again for Carolina, forcing the fourth down now with 1:49 left on the clock.
And that was a full weight sack. And by that I mean number 94, once he escaped the pocket, he was chasing him down from behind and on the side. And when he tackled him, he went down totally on his body. And that left shoulder, those get very sore when you get tackled like that too often in a ball game.
That's going to bring the field goal unit out for Arizona. And
Adam Vinatieri?
No.
Oh.
Sadly, no. He probably still could, but Chad Ryland is going to kick it for the Cardinals. Going to be a 35-yard attempt from just inside the right hash mark, trying to retake the lead here and pay off this drive. There's the snap. Spot is down. Kick on the way. Barely got it off, but it is good just inside the right upright. Arizona retakes the lead. 1:46 to go here in the first half. A break in the action with our score. Arizona 17, Carolina 14. You're listening to the Hall of Fame game on Westwood One.
The success you've had in life matters. The late nights, the extra shifts, the moments you've stood up and said, I've got this. At University of Maryland Global Campus, we value your achievements because we're a school for real life. With UMGC, you can earn up to 90 credits toward a bachelor's for prior learning and relevant life and work experience, or transfer up to 12 credits toward a master's. We offer scholarships, affordable tuition, and online and hybrid classes, all with the support you need from your first day to graduation day and beyond. As an accredited state university, we've been transforming lives for over 75 years. Choose from more than 100 undergraduate and graduate degrees and certificates, and get ready to succeed again. At UMGC, success is yours for the taking and the making, and nothing should keep you from it, especially not an application fee. Apply now and we'll waive your application fee. Classes start August 12th. Learn more at umgc.edu. That's umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
If you're only good to your new friends, you're not going to have any old ones. Straight Talk gets it. That's why new and existing customers get free 5G phones on Verizon's 5G network. Pretty simple, really. You keep good people by being good people.
Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Taxes and fees apply. Plan purchase required for free phone offers. Copyright 2026 Verizon.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight illnesses like pneumococcal pneumonia and RSV. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and can help protect you from getting really sick. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need See more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Third and 10, Clark's to the left, Solomon to the right, and here's Montana stepping up, dropping it off short to Craig to the 10. 5, touchdown! Another touchdown for San Francisco. A 16-yard touchdown pass to Roger Craig. Slipped over the middle, there was nobody on him.
The great Jack Buck with a call from Super Bowl 19 and a touchdown catch from a 3-time Super Bowl champion. He's also set to be inducted here this weekend. Of course, Roger Craig, part of those great Francisco 49ers teams. We've got a kickoff now, and it's going to be Anthony Tyus fielding it in the end zone. He'll take a knee and the touchback with 1:46 to go in the half. There was a period of time there. He was the Offensive Player of the Year in 1988, second-round player out of Nebraska. He was the glue that held that 40. I mean, everybody talks about Montana, obviously, and they should. And sure. Jerry Rice and John Taylor, but Roger Craig was the glue that held that offense together.
Not only was he the glue, but he was one of the coolest players. He had the high knee action. He'd been a hurdler part-time in high school and college. And the fact that he gained 1,000 yards rushing and 1,000 yards receiving in the same season. Because it used to be if a running back could catch 50 passes, that would be a big deal. But Roger Craig was able to gain 1,000 yards receiving and then 1,000 yards rushing at the same time. And like I said, he had that high knee action. And I don't think defensive backs wanted to come up and try and tackle those high knees.
I remember him as just being a force. As first play of this drive, Haynes King misfires on a throw out to the right side, incomplete. 1:42 to go here in the half. Carolina right back to the line of scrimmage. They've got one timeout to work with, down by 3. Shotgun snap. King with time throws down the middle, complete out across the 50-yard line and just into Arizona territory with the catch from Jasim Reed, who has a touchdown in this game. A pickup of 15 yards and a Carolina first down. Right back to the line of scrimmage. King gets the snap, throws out right side, and that is, was it caught? Oh my goodness, what a catch.
Caught, and he slid out of bounds, and that's really good because Carolina's operating with just one timeout right now.
John Mechie, now they didn't give him the out of bounds. They're right back to the line of scrimmage. Well, they did. But right back to the line, they go back to the line and they throw the ball to the right side. The clock is going to continue to move after a completed pass to James Mitchell. They did not take advantage of the stop clock. Now it's moving with 1:04 left to go. Second down, 8 yards to go. King gets his team to the line of scrimmage, takes the snap, throws out right again. Same receiver, same result, except this time Mitchell dances out of bounds at the 32-yard line with 53 seconds left in the half.
Mitchell, the big tight end who caught those last 2 passes, comes off the field. So now you get somebody in there who's fresh, maybe operating those seams right down the middle. Because what you can do now with 53 seconds and still a timeout, you can throw the ball in the middle of the field.
They've got 2 shots at it now at 53 seconds. Third down and 3. 3 receivers, bunch to the left side, 1 out to the right. For Haynes King, who takes the snap, looking left all the way, now chased out of the pocket right. Throws, complete, first down. Inside the 25, inside the 20, and breaking tackles is Jimmy Horn Jr. down to the 15-yard line. They might use that last time out here, or they might clock it. Clock continues to run with 35 seconds. King sets his team at the line of scrimmage on 1st and 10 from the 15. He's calling a play. Back to throw, throwing out, end zone, incomplete. He was trying to find Mechie in that right corner of the end zone and skied it over his head with 23 seconds left in the half.
There is fast, and then there's water bug fast. And Jimmy Horn, 5'8", 174 out of Colorado, is water bug fast. When he caught that last pass, he was darting, dancing, dipping, moving, and nobody could even, it was almost like they were trying to pull his flag and not tackle him. That's how close they were able to get to him.
So now on second down, 23 seconds and still a timeout left for Carolina. King takes the snap, has a little time, throws end zone, wide open and misses his receiver. Horn was all by himself on the right side of the end zone. Nobody within 15 yards of him, and the throw sailed over the top of his head.
Well, Horn had gone in motion. He had come inside to where the center was, then he went back outside, and it confused the secondary of the Arizona Cardinals, and he was wide open.
Haynes King realizes a missed opportunity for him in a game like this one for a young rookie player. So right back to the line now on 3rd and 10 with 18 seconds to go in the half. 3 receivers left. Flag on the play. King chased, throws complete to the 15, and buried his Horn as he makes the catch at the 15-yard line for no gain. The officials are going to talk about the play now. They're going to say the ball was incomplete. No, two men in motion.
Down. Yeah.
Yep. 2 men in motion is going to be the call. With 12 seconds on the clock, Greg Rolstad's going to have to sort this one out.
Let's see if you can get a 10-second runoff against the Carolina Panthers.
Illegal shift. Offense. All the players did not get set. That penalty's declined. The result of the play is 4th down.
So the result of the play, 4th down. With 12 seconds to go, do you bother kicking a field goal in this situation? Yeah, you do, I guess.
Of course you do. I mean, this is Adam Vinatieri night.
I guess.
Yeah. Because if the kicker makes it, he gets an Adam Vinatieri hat. I'm pretty sure about that.
Haynes King goes to the sideline and says, please let me have one more shot at that.
Oh, but you know what? It had been called back anyways, right?
Not that play, but the play in the end zone.
Yeah.
So 33-yard attempt now. And an opportunity to tie the game with 12 seconds to go in the half. Ryan Fitzgerald from the right hash mark. It's down, it's up, and it is good. 8 seconds remain on the clock, and we are knotted at 17 here in the Hall of Fame game. Timeout on the field. You're listening to the Hall of Fame game on Westwood One.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
Trust is earned. That's why I've stuck with Straight Talk. Same price since 2009 on Verizon's 5G network. Cause shoot, anyone can make a promise. Keeping it for years, that means something.
Now plans starting at $25 a month with 4 lines. Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Same price claim applies only to the base monthly price of our $45 plan from October 2009 to present.
2026 season is almost here. Experience the thrill of game day when you purchase tickets through the NFL's trusted and verified ticket partners, Ticketmaster, SeatGeek, and SI Tickets. Buy your tickets today. It is hard to believe we're playing football again. Does it go faster as you get older?
I wouldn't know.
Okay, I asked the wrong guy. I'll have to ask our boss, Mikey, but he's getting older faster.
That's like there's a little kid in line to get your autograph, and he comes up and you go, how old are you? He goes, 10. I say, are the girls prettier now that you're 10 years old? And he can't say yes, and he can't say no. I mean, there's no answer to that one.
Kickoff into and covered in the end zone. Bam Knight. They had a little bit of a nightmare trying to get to that ball, but ultimately
made the right decision, though.
Yep. 8 seconds to go. I would imagine this decision is going to be a knee for Carson Beck, and it's going to bring us to halftime. Beck, a marvelous first half in this one for Arizona. For a team that's struggled, Mike LaFleur's got to be pretty happy with the way the offense worked in this one, especially when you consider the fact that none of the offensive starters have been on the field.
See, now they've got to get in another formation that these second and third teamers haven't practiced. They got to get in the victory formation, do at the end of the game, put that person back deep who can supposedly tackle somebody if they have a couple of fumbles.
Now Beck takes the knee, and that will do it for the first half of action. By and large, a pretty well-played first half for the first preseason game of the year. And we are going to go into the locker room here in Canton, Ohio, with Arizona and Carolina tied at 17. That is the end of the first half of play. When we come back, another member of the new Hall of Fame class, Luke Kuechly, will join us here in Canton. You're listening to the Hall of Fame game on Westwood One.
When you see this in your kitchen,
The stainless steel fridge is covered in fingerprints.
you hear this.
Leslie, people are going to think you were raised in a barn or by wolves erased in a barn by wolves.
Fortunately, Wyman Stainless Steel 3-in-1 cleans, shines, and protects to give you the best shine. A spray and a wipe will have your fridge shining like a mirror.
Wow, my fridge looks brand new. Your fridge looks amazing, Leslie. Sorry, I was being a little dramatic earlier.
Your kitchen says a lot about you. Let it brag with Wyman.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
If you're only good to your new friends, you're not going to have any old ones. Straight Talk gets it. That's why new and existing customers get free 5G phones on Verizon's 5G network. Pretty simple, really. You keep good people by being good people.
Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Taxes and fees apply. Plan purchase required for free phone offers. Copyright 2026 Verizon.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now at Mattress Firm, save up to $700, plus get a free adjustable base with select Sealy Posturepedic mattresses. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
A championship this big belongs in Texas. The strongest field in golf is coming to PGA Frisco for the PGA Championship in May of 2027. Don't miss your shot to witness golf's elite compete for the iconic Wanamaker Trophy. Where else can you be this close to history?
Jack played another perfect round.
Experience the excitement for yourself. Register for tickets now at PGAchampionship.com/register.
The Carolina Panthers select Luke Kuechly, linebacker, Boston College.
There you go, Mike. I love that kid.
I call him Clark Kent, who happens to turn into Superman on Saturdays and Sundays.
From the 12, first down, intercepted. Luke Kuechly to the 10, to the 5, touchdown. His second interception return for a touchdown in the postseason. And the Panthers are pouring it on.
Voice of Kevin Kugler and our old friend Mike Mayock talking about a career that ends here in Canton. Welcome back to halftime now of the Pro Football Hall of Fame game, along with Hall of Famer James Lofton, Scott Graham, and we're joined by one of the newest members of the Hall of Fame. The induction is coming, so is the gold jacket ceremony. Luke Kuechly joins us from down on the field. Luke, congratulations on this incredible honor.
Oh, thanks. Thanks for having me on. This has been it's been a great week so far.
Do you think, by the way, that any of Mike Mayock's love for you in that moment came from the Boston College thing?
Oh, absolutely. You always talk about the guys that helped you get there, and I think Mike hyping me up, talking about me good, only helped me throughout my career.
You know, there are enough accomplishments to continue to read for about a half an hour, but I'm always curious as to when it first occurred to you, boy, I like football, and I want to be like that guy who I'm watching on television, who that might have been.
Well, I tell you what, the love for the game for me started. I started playing football in 4th grade, and you always look up early in your career to guys that are the next step above you. So you look to, I started playing football in 4th grade, and you think, hey, maybe one day I'll play with the 8th graders. And there was kids that were 8th graders that when you walk through the hallway in school, you're like, man, maybe I can be like him. And then when you get to high school, it's the same thing. Maybe as a freshman, one day I'll look up and be like these varsity players. And same thing in college. And then you get to the NFL. And I remember my rookie year, we went and played Chicago in Chicago, and that team was loaded. It was, Peanut Tillman and Lance Briggs, and then obviously, Brian Urlacher and Julius Peppers. And I remember walking out Matt Forte was on that team, walk out, and Brian Urlacher's on the field after the game, and to have the opportunity to walk up to him, you're like, maybe one day I'll be like Brian Urlacher. So it's every level that you're at, you always look up from where you are to the next level above and say, hey, maybe one day I can be like those guys.
Did you get a big kick out of being a Pro Bowler and going over to, I would think that you got to play in Hawaii at the time.
Oh my gosh, yeah. My first Pro Bowl was in 2014 after the 2013 season, and that's when it was still in Hawaii at the hotel there on the beach with the pool and the bar and the beach right there. It was about as cool as it could have been, and I remember just walking. You walk from your hotel out there, and at the pool are all the dudes that you think. I remember Drew was there, and Larry was at that Pro Bowl, and it was Adam. You know, it's funny. My first Pro Bowl, Larry, Drew, and Adam were at all of them, and it was it was pretty cool to be there in Hawaii, because you hear the tales of, you know, Peyton and Drew and Brady and all those guys sitting around the pool there holding court and talking, and to go out there my second year was really cool.
A lot, I'm sure, Luke, has gone on since we found out about this earlier this calendar year, all pointing toward this weekend. What's the thing that's taken the most of your time getting ready for this?
I think the speech is something that's been on my mind a bunch lately. Is, hey, how do I make sure that I touch everybody that I need to touch you and that I need to touch in this small amount of time, and make sure that I get up there and I don't stumble over myself when that prompter gets rolling.
Just curious, will you get a little misty-eyed when you're going through all of that?
I'm sure that it'll happen. I'm sure there's certain areas that are going to be a little bit harder to get through than others. But I think emotion's part of the game, and I think emotions are powerful. And kind of see what happens when that day on Saturday comes around. Hopefully, it'll be probably 12:45 or so.
Well, I'll tell you what, Luke, the guy sitting next to me knows a lot more about this than I do, but
Yeah.
I've seen a few of these things, and this is a whirlwind weekend. Enjoy as much of it as you can. When you come back, you're going to be able to sit back and just enjoy all of it.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That is Luke Kuechly, inducted into the Hall of Fame this weekend here in Canton. We are at halftime right now of the Pro Football Hall of Fame game. We'll be back with more in a moment. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
A dominant performance this afternoon.
Hey race fans, this is Carson Osavar. The NASCAR Cup Series is on Sirius XM. We're back on the track Sunday,
2:30 p.m. Eastern.
From Iowa Speedway, it's the Iowa Corn 350, powered by ethanol.
Checker flag, baby. Yeah.
For up-to-date NASCAR news, catch the pre-race show before every Cup Series race.
on Sirius XM NASCAR Radio Channel 90 in the car and on the Sirius XM app.
The 2026 SiriusXM NFL Radio Training Camp Tour.
Rams head coach Sean McVay. Aaron Donald.
Who's that?
I'm going to ask you a question you've never
Yes.
been asked. It's a big decision, and for both sides.
And if he feels good, then we're going to try to explore every avenue to make that happen. What I want him to know is he does not owe us anything. I know he's preparing and training to give himself a chance to make that decision. Something in the near future that I think we should have some clarity on.
Hear all of our team previews from the NFL Radio Training Camp Tour on the SiriusXM app.
Draft a winning fantasy football team with the experts of SiriusXM Fantasy Sports Radio.
Wait on the quarterback. I think the position is as deep as it's been in years.
Hear winning strategies, player projections, and expert drafts to help you build a championship team.
When the sure things at running back and receiver run out, take Josh Allen.
We're talking fantasy football right now on Fantasy Sports Radio, Channel 87. And check out our audio draft kit anytime on the SiriusXM app. Just search Draft Season.
SiriusXM brings you the most live sports.
Game, set, match!
Unbelievable. This month, hear every MLB game.
Home run 300 for Shohei Ohtani.
Every NFL preseason game with your hometown announcers.
Touchdown, Seahawks!
The biggest college football games, NASCAR, the U.S. Open, and so much more. Find your sport. Go to SiriusXM.com/sports or search on the SiriusXM app.
SiriusXM Sports, the leader in sports play-by-play.
Welcome back to Canton, Ohio. The Hall of Fame game here, kicking off the NFL season. We are at halftime. Arizona 17, Carolina 17 after a pretty well played first half. We're here, and we're going to be right back here about a month from now. Join us again on Sunday, September 6th at Tom Benson Stadium for the 2026 Black College Football Hall of Fame Classic. That's between Johnson C. Smith University and Albany State. If you can't get to a radio, you can also hear the broadcast by downloading the free Westwood One Sports app on Alexa-enabled devices by saying Open Westwood One Sports, or listen online at westwoodonesports.com. Big half for Carson Beck with 148 yards and a touchdown for Arizona. Carolina got a field goal right before halftime to tie the game back up again. We are at the break here in Canton. It is Arizona 17, Carolina 17. We return. We'll have the second half kickoff. You're listening to the Hall of Fame game on Westwood One.
My constipation with belly pain kept coming back. I'm back! Like her.
Future me. You know why I'm here. Our doctor figured it out. Your symptoms keep coming back because it's irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C. And Linzess could help you get ahead of it. Linzess linaclotide is the #1 prescribed branded treatment for IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily prescription pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2 years old. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
Skechers elite athlete OG Anunoby has been making history on the basketball court.
Anunoby tips it in. Unbelievable. What a shot.
He's been balling out in Skechers high-performance basketball sneakers, and the world has noticed. But how does OG train off the court to keep in peak physical condition? Hands-free Skechers Slip-ins Aeroburst. They help prepare OG for the physical demands of playing at a championship level. Get your pair of Aeroburst for only $165 at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever high-performance running shoes are sold.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
If you're only good to your new friends, you're not going to have any old ones. Straight Talk gets it. That's why new and existing customers get free 5G phones on Verizon's 5G network. Pretty simple, really. You keep good people by being good people.
Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Taxes and fees apply. Plan purchase required for free phone offers. Copyright 2026 Verizon.
A championship this big belongs in Texas. The strongest field in golf is coming to PGA Frisco for the PGA Championship in May of 2027. Don't miss your shot to witness golf's elite compete for the iconic Wanamaker Trophy. Where else can you be this close to history?
Jack played another perfect round.
Experience the excitement for yourself. Register for tickets now at PGAchampionship.com/register.
Welcome back to Canton, Ohio on a warm and kind of muggy night here at the Pro Football Hall of Fame. And the 2026 Hall of Fame game is all tied up at 17 as we get ready for second half action. This is the 6th time that the Arizona Cardinals have played in this game. They actually played in the first ever version of this game back in 1962. That one ended up in a 21-all tie with the New York Giants. It's only the second time Carolina's been here. The first time was the first year they were in existence. The other expansion team, Jacksonville Jaguars, lined up against them in 1995, and Panthers won that game 20-14. Arizona will get the ball first here in the second half, going from our right over to our left. Harrison Wallace and Corey Kiner back deep take the kickoff. And it's going to go right through the two of them and all the way out of the back of the end zone. It was well placed, hard to field, and as it turned out, it just kept rolling straight on through the back of the end zone. So by rule, that is a touchback.
It would say, I think the official, when the kicker comes off the field, to check his feet for grease. Just like you check the baseball pitchers and you check their gloves and their hands, and that ball looks slippery going by those return men.
Difference between that touchback and a ball caught and a knee in the end zone is 15 yards. Because they start at their own 20-yard line now, do the Cardinals. On first down and 10. Bam Knight in the backfield. Play action fake. Beck rolls, throws complete. Right side 25-30 and dancing out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Xavier Weaver. They're going to say that 1 foot was out just shy of the 30, so just shy of 10 yards on the first play of the second half. It means that Beck is over 150 yards passing on 12 out of 15 in this ball game. He's made some good throws. That one was an easier throw, but he's made some good ones. Knight the lone setback on second and short. He'll have first down yardage on the right side as he dives across the 32-yard line out near the 33.
We were in here talking that if Beck had a great game, if he was 18 out of 20, what would the coaching staff think? Would they then elevate him a little bit, maybe look at him as a backup guy or even possibly a starter? he's headed in that direction right now.
James, one of the things you get from him is he looks completely under control running this offense. From the 33, you're going to get movement and a jump offside, I believe, against Carolina.
Working that voice inflection.
Encroachment. Defense, number 64. It's a 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Tywan Malone gets called for it, the rookie out of Ohio State. There's a lot of those guys that are playing in this game. Cardinals have 6 players who played collegiately at Ohio State and 2 more who played at Miami of Ohio. Kind of a homecoming game for them. Neither is all that close, but you get my point.
You know, the nice thing for Michael LaFleur is he has an offensive coordinator in Nathaniel Hackett who's been around the block once, who's been a coordinator, who's been a head coach, and takes it and makes it easy for him to then become the head coach and just monitor the whole team at once.
Carson Beck rolling out, finds his tight end Jamison Gears, who makes it across the 50-yard line and gets upended out of bounds down at the 46 for Carolina after a 15-yard gain.
And the cynic would say, well, he's rolling outside the pocket and it's easy throw. No, it's not easy to throw the ball on the move. Think about when that little kid comes down, he's tossing newspapers, supposed to go on your front porch and goes in the lawn, gets all wet, and nobody can ever read it.
Now you get motion in the backfield before the snap, and that is going to be a...
You got a zone halfback with the voice inflection. You got Corey Kiner.
Yep, Corey Kiner flinched in the backfield, so that'll be 5 yards and back to the other side of the 50-yard line for Arizona. By the way, that kid on the bike throwing the newspaper,
that was you?
No, it just doesn't happen that much anymore.
There are no newspapers. And what's a telephone book?
Yeah, exactly.
And the only place you have phone booths are over in London, those red phone booths.
We have good memories, though, James. Here's a handoff to Kiner, tried left side, and oh, wow. Strong running. He was held up near the 50-yard line and just kept the legs pumping as he got down all the way near the 46 for a pickup of 4 or 5 yards. Scott Graham, Hall of Famer James Lofton here in the Grainger broadcast booth in Canton, Ohio. For the ones who get it done, Grainger offers the professional-grade products you need, delivered when and where you need them. Call clickgrainger.com or stop by. So second down now, call it 10. Tie game at 17 here early in the second half. Arizona just across midfield into Carolina territory. On play action, Beck some time, backpedaling throws, checks it down to Kiner, and Kiner makes the catch before he's swallowed up by a pair of Carolina defenders at the 41. We got a flag on the play.
Holding. Offense, number 66. It's a 10-yard penalty. Replay, second down.
That's going to back him up. Early in this game, as we mentioned, there was not a lot in terms of flags, but we've seen more of them. Jaden Williams gets called for that one.
Yeah, and that's one of their draft picks who, out of Ole Miss, he's been playing right tackle in college, and now they're moving him over to left tackle. Here's that open edge. He just got his hands out of position and took down the defensive tackle.
5 penalties, 53 yards for the Cardinals. Beck out of the shotgun now. Throws. He's got an open man. It's caught in Carolina territory. Trying to break a tackle and kind of losing yardage after the catch by doing so is Reggie Virgil, the rookie out of Texas Tech. He caught it near the 46. He gets tackled outside the 47.
But I like Virgil fighting for extra yardage at the end of that play, because here's a tall, fast, slim receiver, and you wonder if he's going to be able to do a lot of things differently than he did at Texas Tech, where he's just going down the field and burning people one-on-one. I love the fight that he had after he caught that ball.
He's one of the players who did play at Miami, Ohio in his first season. Third down and long now. Beck takes the snap, has some time, throws, that's complete, and down at the 40-yard line. Great tackle. After Yeboah caught the ball, he was trying to run. He was still 5 yards shy of the first down. And a great tackle made by Devontae Smith, the rookie out of Notre Dame.
So they're 5 yards, and that's short of what they had because they missed on that first down play where number 37 was just flinching in the backfield. And they're going for it right now.
Well, again, it's preseason. If you need to run the punt team out there, let's see what this offense can do, right? 4th down. They've got to get it to the 36-yard line. Call it 5 yards to go. Beck out of the shotgun. Pump fake. Throws down left side. Got a man there. It is caught inside the 10-yard line. That is going to be an Arizona first down. Reggie Virgil sold out to haul that in. Down. No. Did he drop the ball? No. They called that incomplete. What did I miss? Oh, it got punched out between 2 players, and we got screened. That ball came out before he hit the ground. A saving play made by Isaiah Simmons with a punch of the football that took away a big play from the Arizona Cardinals. Timeout with 10:15 to go in the third. Arizona 17, Carolina 17. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
Drop the needles that stay with you. Classic Vinyl Channel 26 and in the SiriusXM app, included with most subscriptions.
The SiriusXM NFL Radio Training Camp Tour checked in with the Bears and spoke with quarterback Caleb Williams.
What's happening internally for you that's led to so many dramatics in your Bears career already being able to go your way?
Being able to be calm as possible for the guys. One of the biggest things in those moments is taking that deep breath and knowing where you are on the field, knowing the situation, and then knowing that you're the only one out there with your other 10 guys, and that's all that matters on that 53 by 120.
SiriusXM NFL Radio Channel 88 and on the SiriusXM app. SiriusXM NFL Radio is at training camp, getting you ready for the season. We're visiting with every team and interviewing the head coaches and star players from around the National Football League.
This is Lamar Jackson.
This is Matthew Stafford.
This is Trevor Lawrence. Hear expert analysis of your favorite team on SiriusXM NFL Radio, Channel 88.
You can't overstate the value of a team that understands the expectations. I think this team is just prime position to continue their run.
Search for your team to listen anytime on the SiriusXM app.
The first place for baseball talk is the leadoff spot.
This is why I love what we do.
Eduardo Perez.
Because we break down the damn game.
Xavier Scruggs.
If you don't have your best players impacting the game, you don't win a World Series.
Steve Phillips.
When you make a big trade to help the team and then it backfires on you, it's not great.
The leadoff spot.
As a general manager, when that happens, you're like, oh no.
Weekdays at 7 Eastern on MLB Network Radio, Channel 89, and on the SiriusXM app.
Mahomes in the gun, off his left hip is Hunt. Arms outstretched, shotgun snap, quick throw. It's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off on the play, and here comes the wonderful linebacker running up the middle. It's Lloyd. He takes it on the sideline, 30-40, chasing to the 50. Down the sideline, 40, 30, 20. Foot race to the 10, 5, touchdown! Touchdown! Mahomes has been picked off by Devin Lloyd.
Kevin Harlan, the call right here on Westwood One. Part of a Pro Bowl and second-team All-Pro season for Devin Lloyd. Is part of the Jacksonville Jaguars, now part of the Carolina Panthers. He joins us now from down on the field. Devin, thanks for being here with us. We appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, your defense just came up big. Isaiah Simmons makes a play. What's your role in a situation like this in a night that you're not playing?
Just root for my guys. Isaiah made a big play against his former team, so just cheering them on, but then also being a coach on the sideline as much as I can. I think it's bad luck because they just turned the ball over. So
they did a fumble, and it's going back over to Arizona. Yep.
Be as supportive as I can, and help give these guys some pointers as well.
Devin, James Lofton here. I think what you need to tell people is what they don't know, because the way that you play defense, really you inherited from your offense when you're growing up in San Diego, Otay Ranch High School, down in Chula Vista.
Come on now, you know about it.
I know about it because I saw you play offensively while I was still coaching with the Chargers.
Wow.
But what I'm watching, when I watch you warming up, even before the game, I'm going, he's just showing off his hands. That's all he's doing. Playing catch with your big 6'10" coach.
Oh my goodness, it's so easy to throw to him. He's such a big target too. So, and that's my thing. I do that before every practice. I've been doing that before every game. It's kind of just to get my mind just away from everything and just having fun playing catch. But and it also gets my hands right as well before the game.
So normally when a guy's a free agent, he attaches to somebody he's worked with in the past. Was that the case with you coming to Carolina?
It was all new for me. Didn't really have any connections to Carolina. It was more so just
a good fit as far as the direction of the team and kind of just trusting where things are headed.
I'll tell you what, we were not expecting to be talking to you while your defensive brothers were on the field, but they are right now. So now you got a second down and short. Help us out from down there. What are we looking at here? What's this defense trying to take care of? I'm sorry, a third down and short.
Yeah, third down and short. We want to be aggressive. We know that they're probably going to run the ball, so we got to watch the hard count and then just be ready to make a play.
Well, they are running the ball. It's through the middle, and that's going to be first down yardage for Corey Kiner.
So we want to be, a little more stout up front. I think we've given up more run yards than we want to up to this point in the game. But, it's a lot of stuff to learn from first game of the year, so we got to just, correct the mistakes.
Panthers defense last year gave up 77 fewer yards per game than the year before. That's one of the best improvements in the last 25 years. I'm betting you think that you can take that and bring it to another level.
Absolutely. That's the expectation, just to continue to improve, and took a big step, but that 2024 defense was also one of the worst historically, so it was good to see us at least trending in the right direction, and now we're really trying to be, obviously, like you said, building on top of last year.
How familiar were you with the heritage of linebackers who had played for the Carolina Panthers? Sam Mills, Thomas Davis, Luke Kuechly, Dan Morgan. How familiar were you with those guys coming to this team?
Prior to coming to Carolina, I was familiar with those guys, and then just even learning more about them specifically, as well as other linebackers that have played here, and just it's special to be a part of a great lineage of great linebackers. Obviously, they honored Luke today, a Hall of Famer, somebody who I had talked to, and just a great human being as well as a great player. So it's pretty special to be a part of that lineage, but also I know I haven't done anything for this organization. Ultimately, I just got to come and just be humble and be myself.
Tell you what, let's change the luck up for you because the Cardinals are in the red zone right now. Thanks for your time. If you put the microphone down, maybe you could help out with some things right now and help the defense hold.
No, I appreciate it. It was good talking to you guys.
Thanks so much.
Thanks, Devin.
Devin Lloyd, who is, a former first-round draft pick, a guy who had an incredible season last year for Jacksonville. What an addition that is to this defensive unit, James.
Yeah, to get him after you had gone out and gotten Jalen Phillips, so they've really upgraded their defense. They had a hit with Nick Scorrington, who was playing the opposite linebacker first day of training camp, but they've got some depth there.
Keaton Slovis in at quarterback, runs away from pressure on second down. Flag on the play, throws for the end zone, ball knocked free out in that corner as he tried to find Rivaldo Fairweather, but we've got to see about the flag.
Holding, offense, number 76. It's a 10-yard penalty, replay, second down.
It's Matt Pryor, the former Eagle, Colt, Niner, and Chicago Bear. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Westwood One, your home for the National Football League.
Interact with our stable of former players, coaches, and executives all day long on SiriusXM NFL Radio Channel 88 and the SiriusXM app.
2nd and 17 for Arizona now, just inside the 20-yard line. Game tied at 17 here in the third. Slovis back to throw, pressured and knocked down. He had time, tried to scramble away from the pressure up the middle and got tripped up all the way back out at the 30-yard line. Nick Hampton going to get credit for that sack.
This is when the head coach looks down at the offensive coordinator to see what he's going to call next. 3rd and 29 from the 31-yard line.
Well, you got a lot of room in the field to work with.
Yeah. You know what? You've almost got to get yourself back in field goal range.
It'll be a long one from here right now. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. On 3rd down and a bunch. And it's going to be a handoff through the middle. And dropping down and then popping back up again was Kiner. He hadn't been hit but slipped. And that extra little bit of burst when he got back up got him to the 25 and may have made this a more manageable field goal try. This game had been played in a very kind of clean manner. Kick is good. So Arizona off the turnover retakes the lead with 4:42 left to go here in the third quarter. It's the Cardinals 20, the Carolina Panthers 17. You're listening to the Hall of Fame game on Westwood One.
Hey, making copies?
Who are you?
I'm future you. Oh, constipation with belly pain back again?
Yeah.
Our doctor figured it out. Your symptoms keep coming back because it's irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C. And Linzess could help you get ahead of it.
Linzess linaclotide is the #1 prescribed branded treatment for IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily prescription pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2 years old. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
Trust is earned. That's why I've stuck with Straight Talk. Same price since 2009 on Verizon's 5G network. Cause shoot, anyone can make a promise. Keeping it for years, that means something.
Now plans starting at $25 a month with 4 lines. Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Same price claim applies only to the base monthly price of our $45 plan from October 2009 to present.
In the automotive industry, time and trust mean everything. Miss an electrical problem, and it can mean big problems for your operation. That's why Napa believes in testing the 5 critical components in every vehicle: the battery, starter, alternator, relay, and serpentine belt. And why we deliver the parts, tools, and expertise you need to catch problems before they become breakdowns. So test every vehicle and trust the name that keeps your bays busy and your business moving full speed ahead.
Never know how.
4:42 left to go here in the third quarter in Canton, Ohio at the 2026 Hall of Fame game. Arizona Cardinals a 20-17 lead over the Carolina Panthers. The first of a longer preseason for both of these teams. Nowadays, it is 3 games. This becomes 4. Back in the day, when it was 4 games, it was 5 games if you played in the Hall of Fame game. For some players, that's a godsend, an opportunity potentially to do enough to make a team. But in the way player usage happens nowadays, not a lot of playing time for the regulars in live action out on the big fields during the preseason. Jimmy Horn Jr., Jasim Reed back deep to take the kickoff. And that is going to be Horn just outside the goal line. He tries right side out across the 20, 25, and slides down as he is knocked to the turf. They're going to spot that football out at the 27. That's where Carolina will start things out.
So, Scott, let me ask you this. We saw the World Cup being played, and they all played on all grass fields, and some of the places that they played had been NFL stadiums that used field turf. Would you be a fan of going back to all grass fields everywhere?
I know that the players of the NFL would be by a large amount. Once again, if the upkeep is good, of course, but that's basically been the problem. Here's Tyus now with a handoff, and he bangs ahead with second effort running out to the 30 for a pickup of 3.
In Arizona and I believe in Las Vegas are 2 indoor stadiums that use grass fields. They bring them in on pallets, they roll them out and let them grow during the winter. It would be tough in some of the cold weather places where they're going to be half mud after November 1st.
Yep.
But it would be a different style of football, and it would take front offices a little while to get the right players in to be able to play in those conditions year-round.
2nd and 7. Tyus hit as he gets back to the line of scrimmage. Got a yard, maybe yard and a half before he was thrown back by Keziah Izzard out of Penn State. 3rd down coming up. I'm going to guess you didn't play on a lot of field turf.
I never played on field turf. Played on AstroTurf.
Yep. That was concrete with green paint.
Yes, that was rock hard. And we also had a crown on the field, so the center of the field was higher, so the water could drain off of it, going to the on both a lot of grass fields. The only flat fields were multi-purpose stadiums where you played football and baseball on.
3rd down now and 5. Haynes King, the quarterback, awaits the snap in the shotgun. He takes it. Rush is coming. Steps up toward the right side, make that left side. Now he's going to run for it, and he will have first down yardage as he sprawls out to the 38. But there's a flag all the way back at the 24, and I think that's against Carolina.
Holding. Offense, number 65. 10-yard penalty, replay, third down.
So I am the defender of the offensive lineman who holds on a scramble, because he has this player locked out in one direction. The quarterback runs and he goes the other direction, and you get those arms exposed because you don't let go. If the quarterback were to yell, free, 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 let him go, then you wouldn't have as many holding calls. And we used to have a call like that on screens. So you could go screen, you know, go, go, go. But that's just too complicated for most players at my high level of football.
Third down and 15. King throws
nice
a beauty.
Ball.
Whoa, what a catch. And what a throw. And now a late hit's going to tack onto it. It's going to be good for first down yardage as King found Jimmy Horn Jr. And he took a late hit out of bounds, I believe, which is going to tack on after a perfect throw from Haynes King. That's an NFL throw right there, James.
Yeah, I would tell you this. Jimmy Horn
After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense number 26. That's a 15-yard penalty out at the end of the play, automatic, first down.
Jimmy Horn is showing me a little something. He caught 11 passes for 108 yards last season. Drafted out of Colorado in the 6th round, so you knew that he had some talent. But the fact that he's 5'8", 174, that talent says, I have speed, I can make quick moves, I can get in and out of my breaks, do different things like that. I can separate from people, especially if they give me a free release down the field. So he could be a weapon along with McMillan and Coker later on this season.
It moves it to the 47-yard line of the Cardinals and a handoff to the outside. Tyus has some room trying to turn the corner. Bangs his way down to the 42 before Elijah Jones knocks him out of bounds. A pickup of 5 yards. Clock ticking and now stopped as they reset the ball with 2:27 left to go here in this third quarter. Arizona leading at 20-17.
There are going to be a lot of happy offensive players when they sit down to watch the film on both sides in this ball game, and defensive players who are going to have their head down a little bit.
Going to work from under center now. Haynes King is there. Turns, play action fake, rolling out left. Throwing, open receiver, caught for a first down. They worked it well to the outside. And the catch by Washington on a well-thrown ball and a well-set-up play.
And a nice job rolling to your left and then getting his hip turned so that they're facing straight down the field as opposed to throwing across your body. So you've got to do that when you're a right-handed quarterback rolling out to your left.
AC Washington, who caught that ball, the only guy wearing the Guardian helmet out there right now. First down inside the 35-yard line. Tyus tries right side with a handoff. He's going to get about a yard down to the 33.
The proper name for that is the kazoo cap.
It does. Well, and again, we're dating ourselves yet again.
Yes, we are. Oh, my goodness. You know, we had Mark Kelso who wore that back with the Buffalo Bills in the late 80s and early 90s.
Yep. And they said they're working on a design right now that's going to make it a little bit more
smaller.
Smaller and more integrated looking.
Because his helmet is more of a shade of gray than the silver.
Second down and 9. King takes the snap, hands to Tyus, and Tyus says hello to the entire front defensive line for the Arizona Cardinals. Maybe got half a yard before Dominic Williams, the rookie out of Oklahoma, throws him back.
So you've got 3rd and 9. If you're defensively, are we going to finally show a blitz and bring an extra pass rusher from the secondary or one of the linebacking positions? So King is coming up to the line of scrimmage and trying to read the coverage as fast as he can. Is his pre-snap read telling it's man-to-man coverage or zone? He just sent a running back outside the formation, and the defense didn't move a lot. So that tells me it's zone coverage.
3 to the left, 1 to the right on 3rd down. Quick throw for King, and he got it in to Washington, but that's going to be short of first down yardage. sprawling catch just shy of the 26-yard line. It's going to leave him a couple of yards short on what's the final play of this third quarter.
But you like the quick processing of the play by King on that last throw.
So, decision time for Carolina. Very likely you would think they would go for it in this situation, but we'll see when we come back. That's the end of the third quarter of play with our score. Arizona 20, Carolina 17. You're listening to the Hall of Fame game on Westwood One.
You know the feeling. That rush when you reach that goal. Make somebody brag a little back home. That's success. And at University of Maryland Global Campus, we believe you should never stop chasing it. That's why UMGC offers an accredited skills-based education that helps move your career forward. We'll teach you how to apply emerging technologies like AI and data science, plus build your skills in leadership, communication, and critical thinking. Explore more than 100 degrees and certificates in business, cybersecurity, healthcare, and more. With affordable and online programs, you can unlock new opportunities to help you succeed again. At UMGC, success is yours for the taking and the making, and nothing should keep you from it, especially not an application fee. Apply now and we'll waive your application fee. Classes start August 12th. Learn more at umgc.edu. That's umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Skechers elite athlete OG Anunoby has been making history on the basketball court.
Anunoby tips it in. Unbelievable. What a shot.
He's been balling out in Skechers high-performance basketball sneakers, and the world is noticed. But how does OG train off the court to keep in peak physical condition? Hands-free Skechers Slip-ins Aeroburst. They help prepare OG for the physical demands of playing at a championship level. Get your pair of Aeroburst for only $165 at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever high-performance running shoes are sold.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
If you're only good to your new friends, you're not going to have any old ones. Straight Talk gets it. That's why new and existing customers get free 5G phones on Verizon's 5G network. Pretty simple, really. You keep good people by being good people.
Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Taxes and fees apply. Plan purchase required for free phone offers. Copyright 2026 Verizon.
Snap to Brissett, drops back to throw in trouble. Steps up, now hoists it deep left side. Wilson is wide open and he's got it. Touchdown Arizona. Michael Wilson beats his man again. This time Brissett finds him. They pay off the fake punt with a bomb on the next play for 6.
Dave Pasch with the call, the Cardinals radio network, and we're going to talk to the man who caught that ball coming up here in this fourth quarter. Right now it's a 4th down and short, 4th and 2. Carolina trying to keep the drive alive. They do, and a whole lot more. Completed ball down the right side, inside the 10-yard line, and down all the way to the 4-yard line. Caden Priestcorn, recently added tight end. He has set up Carolina with a 1st and goal.
Now that run fake is not just demonstrated by the quarterback and the running back. It's the offensive line. The offensive line, they moved like elephants. So they got in a direction, they started sliding down the line, and it made the linebackers and the secondary believe that that play was going to the left when actually the quarterback was rolling out to the right. So we should call that elephants on parade.
1st down and goal inside the 5-yard line. Tyus, the lone setback. Play action fake, rolling, throwing to Tyus. He's in for the touchdown. Carolina retakes the lead here early in the 4th quarter. A 5-yard touchdown pass from Haynes King to Anthony Tyus III. And it's a 23-20 Carolina lead. Tyus came literally wide open out of that backfield and walked into the end zone after the easy flip from Haynes King.
Okay, Scott, let me know the truth. Could you have caught that ball?
I think so.
Would you have sauntered into the end zone too?
I don't know that I would have sauntered. I rarely saunter. Extra point is up and it's good. 24-20 now. Carolina on top of Arizona. Timeout on the field with 14:20 left to go in the ball game. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
The 2026 SiriusXM NFL Radio Training Camp Tour.
Panthers quarterback Bryce Young.
What did you learn from the playoff experience?
I think it was a great growing experience for us as a team. We learned a lot of good habits, got a feel of what it's like, what it's going to take. Now, as you know, it resets. Everyone's 0-0. There's no carryover, but there is that sense of belief and confidence, and now we know it's just about the work.
Hear all of our team previews from the NFL Radio Training Camp Tour on the SiriusXM app.
Draft a winning fantasy football team with the experts of SiriusXM Fantasy Sports Radio.
Wait on the quarterback. I think the position is as deep as it's been in years.
Hear winning strategies, player projections, and expert drafts to help you build a championship team.
When the sure things at running back and receiver run out, take Josh Allen.
We're talking fantasy football right now on Fantasy Sports Radio, Channel 87. And check out our audio draft kit anytime on the SiriusXM app. Just search Draft Season.
This is WWE superstar CM Punk.
And your queen, Charlotte Flair.
WWE Radio is now on SiriusXM.
Hear Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and every WWE PLE Live.
Plus Busted Open, Not Sam Wrestling, and your favorite WWE podcast.
WWE Radio will be a suitable home for all North America to hear about Danhausen's communications, comings and goings and goings and comings via satellite.
It's all
on WWE Radio.
SiriusXM, channel 156, and on the SiriusXM app.
A dominant performance this afternoon.
Hey race fans, this is Carson Osavar. The NASCAR Cup Series is on SiriusXM. We're back on the track Sunday,
2:30 p.m. Eastern.
From Iowa Speedway, it's the Iowa Corn 350, powered by ethanol.
Checker flag, baby. Yeah!
For up-to-date NASCAR news, catch the pre-race show before every Cup Series race.
on SiriusXM NASCAR Radio Channel 90 in the car and on the SiriusXM app.
Scott Graham, Hall of Famer James Lofton here in the Grainger broadcast booth in Canton, Ohio. For the ones who get it done, Grainger offers the professional-grade products you need, delivered when and where you need them. Call, click Grainger.com, or stop by. 10-play, 73-yard drive, 5:22 off the clock. Haynes King was 5 for 5 on the drive for 56 yards, including the 4-yard touchdown pass to Anthony Tyus. And that means that Carolina is taking a 24-20 lead now with 14:20 left to play. Corey Kiner, Harrison Wallace back deep to take the kickoff. Off on our left inside their 10-yard line. That's a good kick, fielded at the 10-yard line by Wallace, straight up the middle, across the 20, 25, and out to about the 30-yard line before he runs into the, well, half of the Panthers special teams unit. The 30 will be the starting point of this drive for Arizona. Keaton Slovis, who played in 2 games last year, been part of the Colts and Houston Texans practice squads. Been around a little bit, came out of BYU, but also played at USC and Pitt in his collegiate career. 25-year-old Ducks under center now, trying to drive his team down the field. Hands it off, banging ahead is Evan Hull, and Hull gets 4 yards as he cuts off the left side. Now in that time in the ball game where a lot of the players who are further down on the depth chart are really getting their opportunity to try to shine, to try to make an impression that will carry in the next week. Second down. Slovis back to throw, fires complete into Carolina territory at the 45 and down to the 40-yard line. Harrison Wallace III with the catch that gets all the way down to the Carolina 39 after a pickup of 27 yards.
So here's what Slovis had to do on the last play. He's taking the ball from under center. He turns around. There's a running back there, so he's going to fake to the running back. His back is turned to the defense. When he turns around, he has to pick up a receiver who's crossing the field, running about 4.4 in the 40, and hit him with the strike. Did exactly what he was supposed to do on that last play.
Here's Hull running the football again, and that's good, hard running out inside the 30-yard line and down very close to a first down. Got 9.5 yards on first down.
So Slovis, who's the number 4 quarterback, he's hearing these plays probably for the first time in his ear, where he has to go in and actually call them. Because in practice, he probably is running the cards for the other defense that they're playing against.
So what you're saying is it's not an easy situation, but he's probably pretty pumped up right now.
This is nice, and he's trying to remain calm, so he's trying to do deep breathing exercises in between plays.
Second down and short. It's Hull through the middle, and he's got first down yardage, falling ahead down to the 25-yard line. Arizona coming right back down the field. They've got another first down just outside the red zone now with 12:10 left to go in the game.
Okay, so you just sent in 2 new defensive tackles if you're the Carolina Panthers. You want to stop this drive because this doesn't feel good or look good if you're playing defense. If you're a defensive coach, you're a defensive coordinator, you're not enjoying this output right now from your defense.
Deep into the first game in pads against the opposition this year on a warm and muggy night. Hull beats a tackle in the backfield, gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about all. Great penetration into the offensive backfield by Thomas Incoom for Carolina. Kind of blew that play up before it ever started.
So you had one guy on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage, and he forced the play. You want that same penetration from your defensive ends, your nose tackle. You want those guys to be able to penetrate and get up the field and disrupt plays.
Corey Kiner now in the backfield on second down and 10. Slovis working out of the shotgun. 2 receivers to his right, takes the snap, looking left all the way. Now looks back right again, throws complete inside the 20, and down still on his feet with 4 tacklers on him at the 17 is Rivaldo Fairweather. That's a good gain. He got about 8 yards. It'll set up a third down and short. Devontae Smith, the rookie out of Notre Dame, was the first one to get there for Carolina. Lots of reinforcements, but Fairweather wasn't going down.
No, he didn't want to go down. And you see that fight because, you look at these players, and you know who they were? They were the best high school players in your area. And you wanted to hear about them, know what they were doing, and they've just transitioned, and now they got their chance to play in the NFL.
Third and a long 2. Slovis rolling, throwing, and, incomplete. He had 2 receivers on the right side. Fairweather thought it was for him, but it was for Xavier Weaver, and just out of his reach inside the 10-yard line on the near sideline.
Weaver knocked the wind out of himself, I'm pretty sure.
Yep. He's down and being tended to on the sideline. They're going to take a look at him before any field goal attempts, so we'll take a timeout. 10:23 left to go here in the ball game. No, he's hit from this tonight. Field goal is on the way, and it is good just inside the right upright. That's going to draw Arizona back to within 1 now with 10:19 left to go. Carolina 24, Arizona 23, and a timeout on the field. You're listening to the Hall of Fame game on Westwood One.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have a health reminder from the CDC.
Pneumococcal vaccination is recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose, and millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now at Mattress Firm, upgrade to a Tempur-Pedic and learn how you can get 3% back plus an instant gift. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
If you're only good to your new friends, you're not going to have any old ones. Straight Talk gets it. That's why new and existing customers get free 5G phones on Verizon's 5G network. Pretty simple, really. You keep good people by being good people.
Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Taxes and fees apply. Plan purchase required for free phone offers. Copyright 2026 Verizon.
24-23, Carolina on top of Arizona with 10:19 to go here in the Hall of Fame game in Canton, Ohio. And Carolina's going to get the football back again now. A game that, as James has pointed out, seen the offenses do a lot. And the defenses, well, they've held in spots to field goals.
It's been spotty.
Yep, but it has been spotty.
Ideal conditions tonight, though.
Chad Ryland ready to kick things off now for Arizona. Wind has picked up a little bit here.
And my hair is blowing around.
I can see that. Horn and Reed back deep to take the kick, standing at their own 2-yard line. And Ryland's kick is a good one. Line drive fielded by Reed straight through the middle. Now the angles left at the 20-25-yard line. And he'll make it out across the 30 before he is brought down. We're joined now by Michael Wilson, coming off a tremendous year last year. 78 catches, 1,000-yard season, and 7 touchdowns, all career highs. Michael, thanks for spending a little time with us tonight.
Man, thanks for having me on the show.
I'll tell you what, in a year where you guys had so many injuries, the ability for you to step up and be able to do what you did, it's never going to feel good to have a 3-win season, but at the same time, for you to be able to kind of find your legs as a receiver and a go-to target, that had to be good for you.
Oh my God, collectively, and obviously that was an extremely tough season, but for me individually, I could probably say this, that was probably truthfully the most meaningful season I've ever had in my playing career since, I've been playing football since I was 8. To come in, I think I had 5 catches through the first 5 games, like maybe 50 yards through the first 5 games, and to finish 1,000 yards in basically, 12 games is extremely impressive, and I'm really just humbled and grateful that I got the opportunity and took advantage of it.
Obviously you had a huge change at quarterback, and Jacoby Brissett takes you guys down the stretch and through the rest of the season. What was it like establishing a connection with Jacoby, a guy that you knew where he was going to be in the pocket, you knew where that launch point was coming from?
Yeah, it was seamless. I mean, I think probably he got the start week 6 against the Colts. I probably caught maybe 10 to 15 balls from him from OTAs until then, because Kyler was getting all the 1 reps. Right. In RBA, we were going with only Kyler. I never really worked with the 2s at all, and so, I think that just goes to show the type of character that he has and the personality. Like, he was just able to gel and mesh with everybody. Everyone was on the same page. We'd get with him after practice. On Friday night, he sent us clips of like, hey, I see you running this route versus this coverage this way. But if we get man, I want you to run it. And so it was just so easy to play with him because we were always on the same page. And I think that showed, with me and him going, our first time I was in the wide receiver 1 role, 15 to 18, 185 yards. Like, that type of stuff doesn't happen by accident in the NFL.
Well, you had a big year, but you also had a big year off the field. You had gotten married. You had your first child. What was all that like?
Man, I mean, it's the greatest joys in life is having a child. And I mean, obviously we got married last year, but my daughter is my pride and joy in my life, and I mean, there isn't a thing that I would do that I would not do for her. And
so what stage is she at right now? Is she walking a little bit?
She just
pulling herself up?
Yeah, just turned 11 months, and she just started walking. She's pretty proficient, but because of who my wife is, I say, like, extraordinary is the standard for my daughter.
So I know your wife was a better athlete than you were.
Yeah. I've heard that a bunch of times.
But you take a look at that, and do the eyes as a dad go to, I'm already seeing signs that there's a little bit of athleticism. You can't really see that in a baby that's just, Gianna can't be pulling up and you're saying, looks like she might have a good first step.
Everything we do is evaluated. I think for her, I mean, she's been going to football games from the time she was 8 weeks old, soccer games, flying on first class. Like, she's going to have so many advantages in life, not only because of who her mom is, but just because of her environment and the people she's going to be surrounded by. I mean, I didn't meet my first professional athlete until I was in high school, or maybe in college, to be honest. And so I think for her, she's just going to become so numb and so used to just being around extraordinary people. She's going to have no choice but to rise to that level as well.
For those who don't know, Sophia Wilson, U.S. national soccer team, his mom. Let me ask you, get back to your team for just a second here. As Carolina's now got it down to a 3rd down and 1. You start looking at what you were able to do and establish yourself. We got a big-time run here for Carolina. This one could go a long ways inside the 30-yard line, and Miles Davis is down all the way to the 30, make that 23-yard line of Arizona. He found some room as he kicked it out to the right side, and a big gain for Carolina with 8:45 to go.
A little bit of smooth jazz, huh?
Yeah, Miles Davis. But you come forward the way you did last year. Marvin Harrison becomes healthy. You got Kendrick Bourne.
Right.
I've got to imagine that things are really looking up for that receiver room right now.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I think you left out probably the most critical piece is Trey McBride. I know he's a tight end, but to us, he's really a receiver because the type of targets he commands and just his presence on the field. But, yeah, I think you look at me, Marv, KB. Obviously, you guys saw Jalen Brooks. Like, what he did tonight was no surprise. He's been doing that since OTA. So we've got a really good room, and I think if all of us can play confident, play fast, and be decisive, I don't see a room that's better than us.
And, you mentioned about Trey McBride, and I heard a comment from him that said he didn't want to catch as many passes as he did last year. No, because he wanted the ball distributed to his other teammates who also could contribute. And that's what makes a special team when nobody cares about who gets the credit.
Right.
Because everybody wants to win.
For sure. Absolutely. Yeah, I think that's what I love about our room is it's never a competition. Like, I think receivers can sometimes get a bad rap because it's competition. Who's wide receiver 1? Who's wide receiver 2? Who's wide receiver 3? And me and Marv asked this question a week and a half ago, like, is there competition between you guys? And truthfully, there's not, because it's not about Marv. It's not about me. It's about individually us playing to our highest standard. And so if Marv catches...
You're trying to beat the defense. That's
exactly,
what you're trying to beat.
Exactly. All I can do is run my route as fast as I can with as much confidence and conviction. And if the ball comes my way, I got to make the play. If not, well, eventually if I play with the utmost energy, football is a game about energy and speed. If you play with a lot of energy and speed, the ball will eventually find you.
Well, Michael Wilson, congratulations on last year. Best of luck for this year. I mean, if I let 2 Stanford guys keep talking, you guys are just going to do this all night. But
you're just adverse to learning stuff.
Thanks so much for your time.
Oh, thank you guys for having me.
Thanks, Michael.
Yes, sir.
Had a great season for Michael Wilson as they look ahead. Carolina turned away on 3rd down, and with a 1-point lead and 6:57 to go, they're going to bring the field goal unit out and give it a shot for Ryan Fitzgerald, who's going to try from 37 yards away on the left hash mark. This would force Arizona to score a touchdown to win this game. If it's good, as we said, the wind is blowing from right to left. Fitzgerald's field goal is up and straight down the middle. It is good. 27-23, Carolina on top, 6:53 left to go here in Canton, Ohio. You're listening to the Hall of Fame game on Westwood One.
The success you've had in life matters. The late nights, the extra shifts, the moments you've stood up and said, I've got this. At University of Maryland Global Campus, we value your achievements because we're a school for real life. With UMGC, you can earn up to 90 credits toward a bachelor's for prior learning and relevant life and work experience, or transfer up to 12 credits toward a master's. We offer scholarships, affordable tuition, and online and hybrid classes, all with the support you need from your first day to graduation day and beyond. As an accredited state university, we've been transforming lives for over 75 years. Choose from more than 100 undergraduate and graduate degrees and certificates, and get ready to succeed again. At UMGC, success is yours for the taking and the making, and nothing should keep you from it, especially not an application fee. Apply now and we'll waive your application fee. Classes start August 12th. Learn more at umgc.edu. That's umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Hey, when was the last time you talked to your doctor about poop?
Seriously?
Well, if you have constipation with belly pain that keeps coming back, it could be irritable bowel syndrome with constipation or IBS-C.
What?
So talk to your doctor, because Lynn says could help you get ahead of it. Oh, you there. Linzess linaclotide is the #1 prescribed branded treatment for IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily prescription pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2 years old. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
2026 season is almost here. Experience the thrill of game day when you purchase tickets through the NFL's trusted and verified ticket partners. Ticketmaster, SeatGeek, and SI Tickets. Buy your tickets today. You take a look at the early part of the schedule. Panthers open at home week 1 against Chicago. Cardinals start at the Chargers. Then they host the defending champion Seahawks in their home opener week 2. But, James, 6 of the first 9 games on the road for Arizona. 7 of the first 10 are against playoff teams from last year. That is not a very friendly schedule for a team that won 3 games.
Yeah, but you know what? You've got to get your team to the point where they can start thinking they have to play us. And you come out, you be physical in week 1, week 2, and you knock people down, and you're hard-hitting. All of a sudden, teams are taking you a little more seriously, and that's where the Arizona Cardinals are. They're trying to fill in the blanks. I mentioned earlier, they've got 34 new players on the team, 16 new coaches. So evaluators, people watching what people are doing. So there should be a lot of competition going into this season, and when they finish up with the final 53, those should be the best 53 they've had in the last couple years, and they should be able to get past being a 3-14 team and get some respect out of their play.
Harrison Wallace, a good kick return out to the 38 to start this drive. Now Slovis back to throw, throws down the middle and completes it into Carolina territory. Reggie Virgil hauls it in the 45-yard line for a 17-yard pickup. 6:33 and counting left to go in the game. Cardinals down 27-23, but they are already into Carolina territory. Keaton Slovis has looked good after Carson Beck, I might not be exaggerating to say, was a revelation early. And now we're going to get a challenge from the far sideline as to whether or not that catch was actually made.
Carolina is challenging the ruling on the field of a completed catch.
So the officials are going to take the time to take a look as to whether or not that first down is indeed a first down, whether Virgil actually controlled that ball as he went to the ground.
It's the first challenge of the new year.
And it looks on replay like he did. We'll see. Timeout on the field with 6:14 to go. 27-23, Carolina on top. You're listening to the Hall of Fame game on Westwood One.
Introducing Wrangler Tough Light Jeans. The cowboy cuts you know and love. Now up to 20% lighter. Because lighter isn't a compromise. It's a better way to wear denim. Wrangler Tough Light. Tough jeans just got lighter.
Constipation with belly pain back again? Huh? Who are you? I'm future you. Future me? Relax, our doctor figured it out. Your symptoms keep coming back because it's irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C. And Linzess could help you get ahead of it.
Linzess linaclotide is the #1 prescribed branded treatment for IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily prescription pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2 years old. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
Trust is earned. That's why I've stuck with Straight Talk. Same price since 2009 on Verizon's 5G network. Cause shoot, anyone can make a promise. Keeping it for years, that means something.
Now plans starting at $25 a month with 4 lines. Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Same price claim applies only to the base monthly price of our $45 plan from October 2009 to present.
Introducing Wrangler Tough Light Jeans. The cowboy cuts you know and love. Now up to 20% lighter. Because lighter isn't a compromise. It's a better way to wear denim. Wrangler Tough Light. Tough jeans just got lighter.
Reminder to join us for our next NFL broadcast. It's Wednesday, September 9th for the regular season opener as the Super Bowl champion Seattle Seahawks host the New England Patriots. Can't get to a radio, you can also hear the broadcast by downloading the free Westwood One Sports app, the NFL app, or Alexa-enabled devices. It was indeed a catch. And now on first down, Corey Kiner spins his way down inside the 35-yard line to the 32 for a 13-yard pickup. Arizona's on the move with under 6 minutes left to play, trailing 27-23.
You know, when you come in as a new coaching staff, you have to decide what are our priorities? What do we want to harp on about being good at? We don't want to go back to last year because half those players aren't here on the roster anymore. But the Cardinals have run the ball so much better tonight than they did at almost any time last year during the regular season.
On first down, Kiner tries the left side, and this time nothing happened in there.
Of course, there's a no gain after I said all of that.
Parker Peterson makes the tackle. It's about maybe a yard.
Oh, thank you.
I'll tell you what, though, they have, you're right, run the ball. They've balanced their offense very well in this game behind their third and fourth string quarterbacks. On second down, almost the full boat. Throw complete, but Kiner is buried as soon as he catches the football. That's going to be a completed pass for about a yard.
You know, one of the things that Carson Beck did really well at the beginning of the game is he got outside the pocket with the rollouts, the boots. Are those things that Jacoby Brissett is good at? Because in his 11th year, he's a bigger guy, maybe not as swift as Carson Beck is. But if they want to change the launch points, they've got the talent at receiver to really be effective and to challenge people and to spread them out to make them play man-to-man coverage.
Third down, they've got to find the 22-yard line. Clock moving with 4:34 to go. Back to throw. Throwing near side. That's going to be complete for a first down and more. Inside the 20 and down to the 15 is Reggie Virgil. A strike from Keaton Slovis. A 15-yard pickup. And Arizona is in the red zone.
Before this game, I wouldn't watch Reggie Virgil's tapes from when he was at Texas Tech. And his ability to catch the ball with his hands, to have a quick first step, because that's catch-to-run transition. Some guys are fumbling with the ball, have trouble putting it away. He just plucks the ball out of the air, and he's ready to run and make guys miss.
First down inside the 15. Kiner banging off the left guard and pushes the pile down to the 12-yard line. Second down coming up. Under 4 minutes now left to play.
We're in four-down territory. You're down by 4. First preseason game on the road. Larry Fitzgerald sitting over there watching everybody play. We need to win this game for Larry.
Well, yeah, I mean, everybody on the sidelines wearing a Fitzgerald 11 T-shirt. So Larry's here and everybody else is Larry Fitzgerald, too.
I did think he was a multiple person.
Evan Hull now checks into the game in the backfield on second down. Play action fake. Rolling, throwing, open receiver inside the 10. And down near the first down was Harrison Wallace III. He is short of it as he's knocked out of bounds at the 6. So you've got third down and a little less than 2 yards for the first down. The clock stops with 3:21 to go.
Harrison Wallace, I think, is the first number 30 wide receiver that I remember since James Lofton at Stanford.
How about that?
Here's a kid from Mississippi. A lot of fast kids on that team.
Third down, handoff to Hull, and he's going to get first down yardage right through the middle of the pile, down to the 3-yard line. New set of downs, first and goal coming for Arizona with a well-timed drive as we approach 3 minutes left to go in the game.
And that's smart running because you need to get a first down. You've got a yard and a half to go. Don't try and bounce it outside and get thrown for a loss. Take what you need, what is necessary at that moment, and get the first down.
First and goal from the 3. Kiner back in at running back. It's some confusion about the formation for the receivers as they set up.
There's a 30-second timeout.
It's going to be the last play they run before the 2-minute warning. And this game is going to come down to mano a mano just outside the 1-yard line. Not a bad way to start this 2026 season. We have reached the 2-minute warning here in Canton, Ohio. Carolina 27, Arizona 23. Cardinals with the ball just outside the 1. You're listening to the Hall of Fame game on Westwood One.
You know the feeling. That rush when you reach that goal? Make somebody brag a little back home? That's success. And at University of Maryland Global Campus, we believe you should never stop chasing it. That's why UMGC offers an accredited skills-based education that helps move your career forward. We'll teach you how to apply emerging technologies like AI and data science, plus build your skills in leadership, communication, and critical thinking. Explore more than 100 degrees and certificates in business, cybersecurity, healthcare, and more. With affordable and online programs, you can unlock new opportunities to help you succeed again. At UMGC, success is yours for the taking and the making, and nothing should keep you from it, especially not an application fee. Apply now and we'll waive your application fee. Classes start August 12th. Learn more at umgc.edu. That's umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Skechers elite athlete OG Anunoby has been making history on the basketball court.
Anunoby tips it in. Unbelievable. What a shot.
He's been balling out in Skechers high-performance basketball sneakers, and the world is noticed. But how does OG train off the court to keep in peak physical condition? Hands-free Skechers Slip-ins Aeroburst. They help prepare OG for the physical demands of playing at a championship level. Get your pair of Aeroburst for only $165 at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever high-performance running shoes are sold.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight illnesses like pneumococcal pneumonia and RSV. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and can help protect you from getting really sick. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. See more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Two minutes left to play. Arizona sitting just outside the Carolina 1-yard line, trailing at 27-23 in what has been an entertaining Hall of Fame game here tonight. We come down to the wire. Let's see which way this one goes. Keaton Slovis, who's led his team on a drive, under center now on second down and goal from just outside the one. Play action fake, rolling, throwing, end zone. And it is an incomplete pass.
Yeah, he was sliding and his feet were already out of bounds before he completed the catch.
There were two receivers there. Bryson Green caught the ball, but by the time he had the ball corralled inside his arms, I don't know about that, James.
Yeah, you got to replay. You know, we're under 2 minutes. They should be replaying this upstairs, but I think those guys might be gone.
Tell you what, the right foot might have come.
Here we go. Here we go.
Did the right foot keep contact with the ground when he caught the ball? It did. I think he might be in. That might be 2 feet.
What, is it a knee with 2 feet on it?
Yeah, knee is 2 feet, as John Madden once told us.
I just said, a knee with 2 feet on it.
The previous play is under review.
Now, the first half of this game was being handled here. The second half, I believe, has New York involved.
Ooh. And you know what? The great thing about this, if this is a touchdown, this gives Carolina a little more time on the clock to work some magic. They have 2 timeouts, 1:55 to go.
I tell you what, this is a tough one. Now, Rolstad is under the hood, taking a look. It was a sprawling play near corner of the end zone. He corralled the ball, and it looks like both of his feet and the knee are down.
Yep.
When he had the ball.
I think it's a touchdown.
Throw was a little bit behind him, and he had to slide as his feet were getting out from underneath him and corral the ball. We're going to see.
I think in a night where you're honoring Larry Fitzgerald amongst the others.
After review, the ruling on the field has been changed to a touchdown.
And there you go.
Yep.
Bryson Green hauls it in and got both feet and a knee in. The overturn call is a touchdown. It's now 29-27 Arizona. And an extra point coming. That's a great drive by the Arizona Cardinals, led by Keaton Slovis, the 4th-string quarterback.
who's the holder on this play coming up here.
That is correct.
Now, you could block this and run for 2 going back the other way.
Sure you could. Ryland's got the extra point attempt, trying from the left hash mark. It's on the way, and it is good. 1:55 to play, 30-27 Arizona. You're listening to the Hall of Fame game on Westwood One.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
Trust is earned. That's why I've stuck with Straight Talk. Same price since 2009 on Verizon's 5G network. Cause shoot, anyone can make a promise. Keeping it for years, that means something.
Now plans starting at $25 a month with 4 lines. Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Same price claim applies only to the base monthly price of our $45 plan from October 2009 to present.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight illnesses like pneumococcal pneumonia and RSV. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and can help protect you from getting really sick. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. See more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Keaton Slovis went 4 for 4, including the touchdown pass on a 10-play, 62-yard drive. We've got 1:55 to go. Arizona now by 3, 30-27. Horn and Reed back deep to take the kickoff, standing just outside their own 2-yard lines. Long kick into the end zone. That's going to be taken with a knee for a touchback by Horn. So no time off the clock. Carolina working with 2 timeouts. They've moved the ball well. A reminder here, they're down by 3 points. If they were to tie this game with a field goal, the game is over. There is no overtime in the preseason. They've got great field position because of that touchback to start it at the 35. And remember, you're going to bracket this entire thing. Arizona played in the first ever Hall of Fame game against the New York Giants in 1962. That one ended in a 21 all-time. First down and 10. Haynes King leads his team out with Miles Davis in the backfield. From the 35-yard line, takes the snap, looking out right, hit as he throws and sails it over to his own bench. He didn't have much of a chance there as he had heavy pressure coming his way and really couldn't follow through on the throw.
So if you are a defensive lineman, you know one thing right here. Rush the passer. Yes, they may throw a screen to a wide receiver or a running back or something like that, but you want to get after the quarterback and pressure him and take him off his first read.
Second down and 10 from the 35. 3 receivers left, 1 right. And a man in motion now for Carolina. King takes the snap. Rush coming. Throws deep down the right sideline. He's got a man, but it's incomplete. It was up over the top of Washington, who had a step, but that throw was a good 3 or 4 yards over his head.
Looked like there might have been a little tug on the jersey of Washington once he got past the defensive back, but no call, no flag.
Elijah Jones was there with him. Washington got the step on him, but couldn't break free to go chase it down. So 1:45 to go, third down and 10. Got to get it out to the 45 to keep this drive alive. Empty backfield now for King. Takes the shotgun snap. Back to throw. Has time. Throwing in traffic. Caught. Washington's got it for first down yardage. Out across the 47.
That was a nice catch. Because the defensive back is on his back. He's just been tussling with that guy the previous play. He was strong enough to catch that ball in his hands and pull it down and get the catch confirmed.
Carolina just caught themselves 2 yards, but they snapped the football. King on the run, throws. It is complete out toward the sideline, and
he's going backwards as he went out of bounds.
Miles Davis stayed in bounds, so the clock moves with 1:12 to go. They snapped the ball from 2 yards shy of where Washington caught it. Second down now, 3 yards to go. King calling out the play from the line of scrimmage as we pass 1 minute left to play. Now they're ready. Handoff through the middle. Davis has the first down and bangs inside the Arizona 40. Copyright of tonight's broadcast of the Hall of Fame game on Westwood One is owned by the NFL on behalf of its member clubs. All rights to the broadcast reserved, and any rebroadcast, recording, retransmission, or any use of the broadcast without the express written permission of the National Football League is strictly prohibited. First and 10 from the 39-yard line. Man in motion, slips, but now back on his feet. King sets up a screen near side and blown up in the backfield. Miles Davis didn't have a chance. Austin Keys, second-year player out of Auburn, makes the tackle and forces Carolina into using their final timeout after a loss on the play.
See, I called timeout earlier on that last play because I was in head coaching mode. Right there, I didn't like that call at all. So I'm staring my offensive coordinator down right now because I don't want the ball thrown behind the line of scrimmage, out wide by the numbers, because you're allowing the defense to outflank you.
That was a heck of a play by Austin Keys to shed that block because it could have gone for yardage, but a young man who played 3 seasons at Ole Miss before his final 2 at Auburn made a big-time play. Undrafted free agent for Minnesota last year. Now trying to make the team here in Arizona.
Got to give him time to throw the ball and see the field.
Loss of 4 makes it 2nd and 14 from the 43. King has the snap, throwing down left side. Lots of contact. Ball is incomplete and no flag on the play. Washington was locked up down this near sideline. A lot of hand-to-hand contact with Elijah Culp, but the ball falls incomplete.
Yeah, Culp was just guarding the wide receiver, not really playing the ball. That could have easily been a flag on him.
Mike LaFleur grinding defensively to try to win this game. Dave Canales wants to get at least his team into field goal range. There's 39 seconds left. They have no timeouts. Haynes King, the rookie out of Georgia Tech, running the offense for Carolina. 3rd down and 14. Takes the snap. Rush coming. Stepping up. He's got a lot of room to run. 40, 30-yard line. Down to the 20. Angling to the sideline. He is knocked out of bounds. And they say the clock stops. Arizona said he was going backwards. The officials disagree. He's out of bounds with the clock stopped at the 17-yard line. 26 yards on the scramble for Haynes King. Middle of the field came wide open. King knocked out by Austin Keys. He was knocked backwards, but the officials say stop the clock. No timeouts, 28 seconds to go. It's 1st and 10 from the Arizona 17-yard line.
You catch this ball inbound short of the end zone, you got to scramble to get up and spike it.
King gets the snap, throwing left side toward the corner of the end zone, nothing there. Horn well covered by Elijah Culp down in that near corner of the end zone. 2nd down now with 23 seconds to go.
You know, we had talked about Horn earlier, 5'8", 174. That time he got muscled out of bounds and didn't give King a chance to throw him a ball that he could be able to catch in the field of play.
Once again, 23 seconds, a ball thrown in the field of play is coming with all kinds of danger right now. Unless you get down immediately and get your guys to the line of scrimmage, or you find a way to get out of bounds. King will work out of the shotgun. 2nd down and 10, 23 seconds left. Has the snap, throwing right side, it's there, it's caught, and inbounds at the 5-yard line after making the catch is Jimmy Horn Jr.
They've got time to spike this, so get up, just everybody get set, line up where you're supposed to line up.
7 seconds left, and they do spike it with 6 seconds to go. That gives you a chance, James, to take one crack at the end zone, and if it doesn't work, you can make a decision.
No, you want to throw the ball in the end zone on both plays.
All right. So,
you know, because they erase these after the regular season starts. You know that, don't you?
So I've heard. So you go for the win twice here if necessary. Ball at the 5-yard line. 6 seconds left to play. King out of the shotgun. Quick throw, corner of the end zone, incomplete. 2 seconds remaining. We'll have one more crack.
You know, you've got to understand, he's going to be able to have his hands all over. You've got to make a better move at the line of scrimmage so that you can fight your way open. Tried to hit Elijah Cook, 6'4", 215 pounds, but he's got to get a little bit of separation right at the line of scrimmage.
Now here it is. This is your ball game. 2 seconds left to go. Arizona 30, Carolina 27. What should be the final play of the ball game from the 5-yard line. King takes the snap, has a little time. Now scrambling ahead. He's going to try to run for it. He dives for the end zone. Touchdown! Haynes King scrambles into the end zone with all zeros on the clock. And the Carolina Panthers are celebrating like mad in the end zone. They have won the Hall of Fame game 33-30. That's the whole team in the end zone. Haynes King saw it come open, scrambled up the middle, tried the right side, and barely got into the end zone before he hit the ground. The ball crossed the plane, and Carolina wins it 33-30. All right, that set the table for you for 2026?
The last time the Carolina Panthers were in a ball game, in the playoffs, they get beaten in the last little bit of the game. What do? They turn it around here. And this is a little thing, but it's a big thing because it's about what is your team going to be able to do this year.
Well, Haynes King, as we saw on the replay, did stretch the ball across the goal line. But, yeah, I mean,
it was close.
Yeah. Who knows how that division will work out?
Yes.
Who knows, what it's going to be like with some of the players that they've got back that are healthy and where Bryce Young goes in his development this year. But
and players like Jalen Phillips and Devin Lloyd. I mean, those are guys who were standout players, former first-round picks, and not guys who were washed up and people had decided they didn't want them. They decided they wanted to go somewhere where they could make a difference.
One way or another, you'd rather be on the flight back to Charlotte right now than you would on the flight back to Phoenix. That's the end of the ball game. Carolina wins it 33-30. You're listening to the Hall of Fame game on Westwood One.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have a health reminder from the CDC.
Pneumococcal vaccination is recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose. And millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
In the automotive industry, time and trust mean everything. Miss an electrical problem, and it can mean big problems for your operation. That's why Napa believes in testing the 5 critical components in every vehicle: the battery, starter, alternator, relay, and serpentine belt. And why we deliver the parts, tools, and expertise you need to catch problems before they become breakdowns. So test every vehicle and trust the name that keeps your bays busy and your business moving full speed ahead.
Never know how. Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now at Mattress Firm, get any size mattress for one low price, starting at $249.99. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
If you're only good to your new friends, you're not going to have any old ones. Straight Talk gets it. That's why new and existing customers get free 5G phones on Verizon's 5G network. Pretty simple, really. You keep good people by being good people.
Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Taxes and fees apply. Plan purchase required for free phone offers. Copyright 2026 Verizon.
For a limited time, get 20% off an NFL Plus annual plan. With NFL Plus, stream live out-of-market preseason games, live local and primetime regular season games on mobile and NFL Network, including 7 exclusive live games this season. With NFL Plus Premium, watch every touchdown every Sunday afternoon during the regular season with NFL Red Zone. Catch game replays and access